It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots. And first things first, man, since we don't have any sponsors as of right now, and this ain't even about the sponsors, this is the end of the year to me. And I just feel like, you got to come in and just talk about everything that may have happened in 2017, anything you don't want to talk about going into 2018. Mm-hmm. So that's why I tweeted out Ask an Idiot.
Right.
Because, speak now if ever hold your peace when it comes to any motherfucking questions you may have for me and Andrew Schultz. Because there's just certain things I don't even give a fuck about once the new year hits.
Okay? Like what?
But, first things first, I want to say rest in peace.
Combat.
The Combat Jack, man.
Yeah.
All right. We're recording this on a Wednesday, so by the time this comes out, I think his memorial service is today, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Thursday. We told y'all last week, Chris put that whammy on Combat and said that if you haven't said your final respects to him, or if you haven't spoke to him yet, now is the time. And I was like, I hate when people talk that way.
Yeah.
Because I want to speak positivity. I want to be optimistic. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. Like, I believe in miracles. I believe in positive energy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Chris was right. Because not even a week later,
game over.
Combat Jack passed away. And, I went to go see him a few weeks ago. And, we sat around and we kicked it and we laughed and we joked. And he lost like 50 pounds. He actually looked good. Because he lost the weight. It wasn't sickly looking. When I saw him,
right.
at the moment I saw him,
yeah.
it was like early, like November 10th, I think it was. And so he went to the hospital the next week, I believe. But like we was sitting around, and he was telling me that the doctor told him with the right treatment, he could be here for another 5 years. So he was like, yo, you know what I can get done in 5 years, and that's what I keep playing back in my mind over and over. And I'm cool with that memory. It's a reason I don't go to funerals. It's a reason I don't go to memorial services, because the last place I want to see a person is sitting here like me and you are right now having a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to remember a person in the casket. I don't care about that. That's just a body.
Yeah.
That was just a vessel. The spirit is gone. The energy is gone. Like, I personally don't see the point of funerals and the point of memorial services and stuff like that. Cremate me. And when I pass, when everybody be like, yo, when's the funeral? I'll be like,
yeah.
I'm not wasting everybody's time. Like, you don't got to show. I'm good.
Yeah, what
I'm
is
cool.
the point of the funeral? For the family or something?
I don't know.
I've never really been into the funeral aspect.
I remember my sister telling me when I didn't go to my grandma's funeral, she was like, you got to say your goodbyes. I was like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Who says I'm saying goodbye?
Yeah,
the energy
gone.
is still here. The spirit is still here. Like, the body's gone. But the last time I saw my grandma, I was in my mother's yard, gave her a hug.
Yeah.
Love you, Grandma, like we do any other time. That's what I want to hold on to. I'm not standing over no casket crying. Yeah. Nowadays, motherfuckers want to take selfies of the body and all kind. I'm not with all that. I'm not with none of that, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to Combat Jack's funeral. I'm not going to my own funeral if I can help it.
Yeah.
And, I just...
Well, you will be at your own funeral.
Maybe. Unless I put in my will that I don't want one.
Then you just won't have a funeral.
That's it.
Right. But once you're dead, you don't really got a choice unless
I'm out here in real life. I'm going to be out here when I'm dead.
So you'll get burned up?
Why not? It's the vessel.
Yeah.
Listen, your body's going to deteriorate underground anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's a myth, too, that we have this, like, spirit inside of us and that lives on. Or people would like to believe that, but there's no scientific evidence that says any of it.
But you feel it, though.
Do you?
Yeah. I feel like energy is very contagious,
Have you felt like a little of your spirit leave and then come back?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. And certain moments are like when you, or even when your energy just shifts.
Right.
Like, I can always tell when my energy shifts. That's why I always say you got to guard your energy. Like, I don't know if you notice it, but when you come around certain people, sometimes your energy goes up.
Yeah, of course.
When you're around other people, sometimes your energy goes down.
Yeah.
You got to monitor that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be around the people who keep my energy up, who keep my energy high. The people who keep my energy down, something ain't right.
Yeah.
So I'd rather stay away from that. So I'm very cognizant of that. Plus,
but that doesn't mean that there's this thing that's independent from your body, which is like this soul, and it would go up or down even if it wasn't connected to your body. Like, there's no way of detaching this soul thing that you're talking about from your body and then keeping it somewhere. Because if there was, then we would be able to live forever, right? We would just remove the soul thing. We'd put it in a computer. We'd put it in another body.
How do we know that doesn't happen, though?
From my understanding of science so far, there's no proof of it. But it might be more something we want to believe, right? We want to believe in individuality. We want to believe that there's something uniquely special about every single one of us. We're all a snowflake, right? And we have this spirit thing. And then when we die, that spirit thing goes somewhere, But the reality is we might you know, as fucked up as this is just be another, you know, chicken or fucking dog or
No.
tree or
You don't
whatever.
believe in transfers of energy?
Of course, I do believe in transfer.
Like, you don't
energy.
believe everybody you meet leaves you with something? Like, you ever just been talking to somebody and walk away feeling like, damn.
Bro, absolutely. Like I try to surround myself with people that make me feel comfortable, people that bring out the best in me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I value that comfort. I think we all value that comfort. That's why we put up with like racist relatives.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like it is. I even if it's, I guess sometimes you got to see it in a tangible way. Like, think about what the world lost when they lost Biggie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And think
Yeah.
about what the Celtics lost when they lost Ray. What's the dude? Ray.
Gordon Hayward.
No. Reggie Lewis. Reggie Lewis back in the day.
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, you're just
yeah.
thinking about all the possibilities that could have been. Like, those are big spirits. Like when somebody just retires and walks away from the game, like they leave a void.
Yeah.
Like, I believe in spirits. I believe in energy. I don't know what happens to those spirits. To be honest with you, I don't think the spirit and energy goes anywhere. I think they're still here on this planet.
Here's what I believe. I believe if humans believe it, it makes it real. And that's what when I was in Israel, I went to Jerusalem, right? And that shit hit me right there in Jerusalem.
What?
That like, I'm not a religious person at all,
Mhm.
right? But in Jerusalem, in the old city, I visited the fucking Church of the Holy Sepulchre, right? That's where Jesus's body was prepared for burial. Like I touched a stone where Jesus was laid, allegedly, before he
Glad
was.
you said allegedly.
Son, a lot of shit is alleged,
I'm gonna be
big.
honest with
A
you.
lot of shit is
As I
alleged,
get older,
big. Come
I'm
on.
questioning this whole Jesus
Hey,
thing,
bro.
man.
Hey, man. Listen. Question everything, yo. You know what I mean? Like question it all. But when you're there, you start little shit be making sense, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you float in the Dead Sea. So the Dead Sea is there's this sea in Israel, right? And the salt water,
Yeah.
but it's so salty, it's
can lay
so
on it.
buoyant that as you lay there, you just float, right? And then after you lay in there, you're sitting there, you're going, yo, maybe Jesus didn't walk on water.
Why are you just coming to
know
this
what I'm
conclusion?
saying?
Like, I thought that from day one.
Maybe, but I didn't know about the Dead Sea until I was floating in the motherfucker.
You never heard of the Dead Sea?
I didn't really know it like that. You know, all I'm saying is like, it makes me believe two things. One, it's like, okay, there was some mystical shit happening back in the day in this area, right? Like, I get why people were so believed that this land was so special because shit that doesn't happen anywhere else happens here. They were in the ocean a few miles the other way, and they were drowning. And then they walk in this water right here, and now motherfuckers can't drown. You would think you're the chosen people too.
By the way, what do you call a walk? Right?
I'm saying,
Did Jesus take 3 to 4 steps?
You know, you could have millied that shit.
Like, what kind of walk? All jokes aside, what kind of walk did Jesus take?
Bro,
Like, all
I
jokes aside,
don't know.
like, what constituted walking? Because if I take 4 steps on the water and everybody's like, oh, you didn't pay attention to me falling.
Listen, you carry the story. Whatever makes a better story.
I'm not listen, I don't know if the story of Jesus is real or not. I believe in God. You know what I mean?
Right.
The story of Jesus sounds amazing.
Oh.
But as you get older, a lot of things stop
It's
adding
fishy.
up, bro.
There's a lot of fishy things.
A
bro.
lot.
A lot of fishy things. Listen, I'm not denying fishiness. I'm not denying fishiness whatsoever. All I'm saying is, being there, it felt like the Super Bowl. In that, like, I'm not a religious person at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everyone there believed so much about the game, right? Like, everybody that's at the Super Bowl, the game is exciting for them, even if your team isn't in it. And that's how I felt when I was in Jerusalem. I was like, yo, everybody here 100% believes in God. And their God might be different from the other one, but they are fucking believing. The Jews are at the wall crying, praying so hard. You know what I mean? The Muslims are on the other side of literally the other side of the wall at the Dome of the Rock, or actually Al-Aqsa is the mosque that they pray at. And then you have the Christians touching the stone and crying, and everything's so powerful. And, you know, I'm here just kind of like taking it all in. But at the same time, it's something special. You feel it, man.
The people who believe in God, who I don't want to say impress me the most because that's the wrong word, but the people I believe the most are the ones that don't need no symbolism to believe in God. They don't got to pray to no walls, no golden calves. They don't need to carry a rock in their hand. No, nothing.
Yeah.
They just believe in God because of the spirit, because of energy. Like those are the ones that
So
I'm like, whoa.
I asked this rabbi when I was there. We got these like really cool tours when we were at the old city and at the Western Wall. And I asked this rabbi, and I was like, like, do you ever question your faith? Do you understand, these things? And I was just asking him about Judaism, like a couple things, like why is Judaism accepted modernity better than religions that are a fraction of the age? Judaism 5,000 years old, and you see like and Israel is one of the leaders in like tech, like just any tech in the world. Like, how the fuck can these two things happen? You go to most religious places and they're living in the Stone Age pretty much. So I'm like, how the fuck does this happen? And he goes, and this shit blew my mind. He goes, we really believe that, humans are here to enjoy life. Like, it's in our DNA, right? We seek positive reinforcement constantly,
Absolutely.
right? So we're here for happiness. And we don't think that our purpose here is to prove to God how much we love him, right? God, like he said this to me, he goes, don't do God favors. I go, what do you mean? He goes, God is God. He doesn't need your fucking favors.
Yeah, that's why I don't fucking tithe and offer. That's the dumbest shit in the world. God don't need no money.
When he said that shit, he's like, listen, God is like your dad, right? And he just wants you to enjoy life and have the best life that's possible. He goes, so make sure, and he's giving you these principles that he feels will help you enjoy life. He goes, do these things and you will be happy. So that's why, at least from his perspective, he's following these rules, because he believes it will give him the most happiness in his life, not because if he does it, then God will feel good that day. And if you don't pray to God, then he's going to have a bad day. It's God.
I think the best thing is when they say God created man in his image according to his likeness. If God's your father for real, or your creator, you want to make your father or your creator proud.
You got a daughter, right?
Yeah.
Is it not the best feeling in the world when she just asks for your help?
Absolutely. Or when you see her exhibit manners, or you see her being nice, or you see her being happy.
But not because
of me.
Of you, because she's doing it for what she wants.
Some of it because of me. I'm not gonna lie. But only because you instill that in them.
You instill it in it, but meaning like when she comes up to you and she's like, Dad, can you give me some advice on something like that? I would imagine that's a beautiful feeling.
Well, yeah, that's what I think, Islam means peace. Islam means someone who is in submission to the will of God.
Okay.
So it's the same thing with like your children. When you see your children carrying themselves a certain way, you know they're submitting their will to God, and they're submitting their will to what you have taught them. Yep. They're believing in what you have taught them if you've taught them the right thing. So I think it's the same thing with belief in God. Like, yo, just be a good person. Yeah. like live a good life. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. How fucking difficult is that?
It's not. And I'm sure you give your kids certain values, right? You give your kids certain values you think will help them lead a good life.
Yes.
Right? You're like, hey, be a nice person, help people out, do these types of things. And you also know that if they do these things, they'll probably have a lot of joy.
Yeah.
Right? Like you'll be like, hey, listen, don't do drugs because it feels good immediately, but later on it feels like shit. Probably.
Listen, man, you get back the energy you put out.
Yeah.
I really don't understand why people don't embrace that concept. Like, I don't give a fuck. If you put out negative energy will eventually come back to you. If you put out positive energy, it'll come back to you. Whatever you put out to the world, it will come back to you. Yeah. And guess what? If you're really a self-aware person and you put certain things out to the world, when you get that thing back, you have to know that was coming.
You can't be surprised.
You can't be fucking surprised. You can't do it. I mean, that's what me and DJ Academics had a little issue. This past week.
So you want to like set this whole
first
backstory
of all, I want to go back, because what I really want to do at the end of this end of the year podcast, I want to celebrate, some people. First of all, I want to salute Joe Budden. And the reason I want to salute Joe Budden is because no corporation is bigger than the culture. And if a corporation isn't treating you right, you do exactly what Joe Budden did if you got some nuts. And that's walk the fuck away. All right? If you first you try to work out the best deal.
Yeah, maybe that's the best.
That's the best. But if things don't work out, deuces. Because once you put yourself in that position to get fucked, they just gonna keep fucking you. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. They may be a little more gentle with the fucking. Yeah. All right, they may use a little more lube.
Saliva.
All right, you know what I mean? They might ask for consent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they still gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
So I respect Joe for walking away from the situation the way that he did. Now, I see everybody online, Academic has his chat niggas. Salute all you chat niggas. And, chat niggas are just people who get into these group chats online and they have conversation, basically. So all the chat niggas is telling Academics I'm a snake. Therefore, I guess Academic thinks I'm a snake now, right?
But why? Why are you a snake?
I'm just going to explain the story and let everybody make their own decisions, because I don't give a fuck. When I saw Joe Budden tweeting a week or so ago or a couple weeks ago about how he wasn't being compensated from Complex, or he didn't feel like he was being compensated enough. First thing I did is what I always do. Hit Joe up. Yo, what's up? You're not getting compensated? Like, bro, you know you could take that show anywhere.
Yeah,
right?
what was he getting?
I don't know what he was making.
Yeah.
But I said, you and Ack. I said, you and Ack can take that show anywhere. Joe, being the bright guy that he is, actually already had started some preliminary conversations with where I told him he should go. Fuck it, I said it was Revolt. So I said, all right, I'm gonna hit Diddy, see what's up. Hit Diddy. I said, Diddy, you should bring Everyday Struggle over to Revolt. Diddy was like, yo, you think you can make it happen?
Now they got a show.
I said, I don't know, maybe.
Right.
Him and Joe connected. I don't know where the situation is going from there, but that's the least I could do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So then Joe goes, yo, talk to Ack. I said, Ack, if y'all not getting properly compensated over there, my brother, you got to walk. Simple as that. Because
you said that to Ack?
Yeah.
Or you said that to...
Well, Joe already knew. Joe already felt like, but I said that to Ack. Ack's situation, from what he told me, was different than Joe.
He was getting more money.
I don't know if he was getting more money, but he was in the middle of some type of negotiation, whatever. So, you know, clearly he wants to be over at Complex. And I told him, I said, yo, if you want to be over there, cool. Maybe you don't like working with Joe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I think that y'all should stick together simply because it's working.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was working.
Yeah.
Right? So that was that. And by the way, salute to Revolt. I saw the deals that they were presenting Joe and Academics for Everyday Struggle. They was gonna be making some guap. And Ack knows that. I told it when Ack saw what they was making, because I sent Ack all the deal points. When Ack saw what they was making, he was like, whoa, this is per show? You know what I'm saying? So that lets me know already.
That's a good Academics impression.
But that lets me know already that they were paying way more than Complex.
Yeah.
So whatever reason Ack is choosing to stay over there, it has nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. The problems came in when I saw Ack on Twitch, and he said that Desus and Mero, my guys, weren't popping. Now, I'm going to tell you why I have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
If you say you don't like somebody, cool. I'm fine with that. That's your opinion, art is subjective, whatever. But when you make an inaccurate statement and say that they're not popping, I got an issue with that, bro. Because you have an audience just like they have an audience. If they got in front of their audience and they said, you know, Academic isn't really doing nothing out here, nobody respects YouTubers, I would tell them they was wilding too.
Didn't they do that?
After the fact.
Oh, I thought they started it, and then Academic. I think they
fact.
said something, and Academics responded.
I honestly don't know what they said initially. The first time I ever heard.
I honestly don't care.
I don't care
I
either.
could give a fuck. But
it's a teachable moment.
Sure.
Ack said they weren't popping. I called Ack. I said, Ack, that's wrong. Like, I understand that you got your YouTube thing going, and I applaud that. I salute anybody that's in that YouTube space, and they got a bunch of followers, and they got an audience. That's cool.
Yeah.
But there's a whole nother world out there that y'all may not be aware of. Desus and Mero have a TV show that comes on every night, Monday through Friday on Vice. They got a book coming out through Random House. They're doing voiceovers on a Netflix cartoon. Yeah. They're on the front of fucking Time Out New York magazine as New Yorkers. You know how big New York is for you to for you to be New Yorker of the year.
They're both doing great.
They're both doing great in different lanes.
What would you rather have?
Desus and Mero all day long.
I'd rather have Ack. Without a doubt.
That's cool. But
he has the people. So Desus
and Mero got the people. And
we don't know that.
No, I'm going to tell you why.
We don't know that.
No, I'm going to tell you why.
I'll say this about Desus and Mero is that they brought the people with them. They already had the people.
They
and then
did
they got
what
these
Act
other
is
things.
doing now.
Exactly.
Desus and Mero had a podcast on Complex.
No, of course.
They had a Twitter following.
I'm talking about what would you rather have, like a TV-based career that the audience is dependent on the channel, or would you rather have Act where it's direct connection to the fan base? Me, I want the people direct.
Desus and Mero got both, though.
That's why it's different. I'm doing a hypothetical. They've already been in that space. So they're transcending both worlds.
And they still are. They got the podcast now.
And they could go back to YouTube if they wanted to, or the podcast, and be very successful. Not a question. Yeah. All I'm saying is I admire and I like, and I don't even watch his content. I just like his situation. I like that Ak has direct connection to his people. He puts whatever the fuck he wants up on his thing, and they fuck with him. I think it's great.
I love all of that shit, but is it translating into money? That's what, because at the end of the day, like, listen, we all love the game, but we all grown as well, too.
Yeah.
So if you doing all of that shit and it ain't translating into dollars,
I thought these guys who do like big YouTube views are making money.
I don't know if they are or not, because I'm going to be honest, I read some stuff the other day and I was been talking to certain people. I didn't know YouTube takes like 45%.
Way more than 45%.
All right.
What do you mean 45%?
I heard it was 45%.
No.
More than that?
Yes.
How
They
much?
slaughter you. On YouTube slaughters you.
Really?
That being said, YouTube can create a platform where you can do like sponsorship. So like if I was Ak,
But I heard they take that from the sponsorship. I heard that's where the money comes from.
I don't know. I mean, no, that comes from the ads that they get on your videos. But if you want to do a sponsored video, like let's say you work out some shit with Amex, where you put out some shit on yours, or you put on
like somebody
Instagram.
gives you like I'm drinking coffee.
That
right
coffee,
now.
boom.
Yeah, okay, okay, that's different.
But that's
All
your
right.
side hustle, and
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing that
yeah,
you got to
yeah,
do to
yeah.
get into it.
But most of these guys be talking about they get money because of their view count. But from what I heard, YouTube gets 45%. Then you got to talk about taxes and shit like that. So
No, there's
you can.
no money on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. So you can have all of these hundreds of millions of views, but it's translating into dollars. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
All I said was
Eyes always translate into dollars. You know that.
they should.
Eyes always. It might not
They
be.
should.
They do.
'Cause
Guaranteed.
these days, these kids are a little different, Cho. They're not thinking about the money. They really like the attention. Like that, I really believe that. Like we are from the hustle era. We think about that bread.
Yeah.
They are happy with the attention and the illusion of looking like they're popping,
Right.
as opposed to like actually making money. Like I'm with all of that, having them high amount of YouTube views and all that, but that shit translating into dollars.
Yeah, I think if you have hustle, it can always trade. If you got the people, you can make money. It's
Yeah.
plain and simple.
Yeah.
Right? That's what every TV network wants. They want the people.
But you got to sell them something.
But you have this thing that people are watching. It's easy to sell. Hey, I have 1 million eyes. Do you want these eyes to look at your product?
Yeah.
That's when you need to connect. Like for me, the ideal scenario was I don't care if it's YouTube. I don't care if it's Vimeo. I don't care whatever the fuck it is. If I have 100 million subscribers on something, I'll get my best friend Jamil to run an advertising leg, and then I create content, and he connects advertisers to the content.
Yeah.
We do it, and then you just cut all the middleman the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well, like cameras have gotten so cheap and audio equipment has gotten so. This was the barrier to entry for the industry for years. To make a film, it costs $100,000 in a camera.
Yeah, but you got to know what you got to know what to do once you get that audience.
One would assume that if you've built an audience, they like what you do.
And listen, by the way, that's all I ever strive to do.
Yeah.
When I see somebody building an audience, or I've helped somebody build an audience, now let's make that pivot and go get some real money. But the thing with Academic and Jesus and Merrill, he said that. I called him on the phone. I'm like, I texted him. I'm like, yo, that's not accurate. Whatever. And he was like, well, I don't watch TV. All right, cool. So then I see another video that Ak puts up because I guess Jesus and Merrill got back at him on the TV show.
Oh, it's really funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's the clip that you sent me. That
Yeah,
clip?
I thought it was hilarious.
They're funny guys, man.
I see Ak on the Twitch. He's like,
Funny guy.
his voice is cracking. He's looking like he's about to
They got
cry.
emotional, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, it's emotional. I don't bother nobody, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I text Ak like, yo, Ak, you wilding right now. You have built a platform on getting at people.
Yeah.
All of that Warren Chirac shit, commenting on other artists that you don't know, because that's what he was saying. Like, these Merrill don't even know me. You don't know none of these artists you talking about either. But you don't got a problem getting at them.
Sure.
So he did that. He cried. I said, yo, you can't be that way. If you put out that kind of energy, you got to expect that kind of energy is going to get back.
Sure.
He never responds. So I get on Instagram Live and I deliver the same message. And the reason I deliver the same message is because I feel like that was a teachable moment for other people out there who are creating these platforms. Because everybody sees, us doing what we do, DJ Samara doing what they do, Ak doing what he do, Joe doing what he do. So everybody's like, oh, now I want to do this.
Yeah.
Right? Well, guess what? Rule number 1 to doing this shit is there are consequences to your words. And everything you say will come back to you in some way, shape, or form. You're talking to somebody who's gotten punched in the face over this shit. A couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get confronted. Like, motherfuckers are gonna talk about you. You're gonna see things about you that may or may not be true, but it doesn't matter. You gotta have thick skin if this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And if you can't handle that shit, then maybe you not built for it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, all Academics chat niggas, his followers, thought I was being a snake by saying that. So Academics, he's been saying like little subliminal stuff.
Like what?
I just like stuff like he see the snakes now and all of this. And
Oh,
that,
so
whatever.
that was to you.
I guess, yeah. But like I said, I don't have no issue with that whatsoever. God bless him. I wish him the best.
Yeah.
He's lying to himself if he believes that I'm a snake. Because I don't get anything out of the situation. What do I gain from bringing academics in the audition for Uncommon Sense? What do I gain from when we were about to bring Yo MTV Raps back and me and Nick Cannon were the executive producers? Academics was going to be a host on that show. Like, what do I gain from when you call somebody a snake? That means that they're doing something to you in order to gain something. What do I gain by hitting up Revolt and telling Diddy y'all should bring Everyday Struggle over to Revolt Television? I don't gain anything from it.
Unless you're an executive producer.
Even if I was, I still wouldn't get no money. I'd do that for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't say that.
No. No.
Yo, we're from the hustler generation.
No,
remember, we about our bag.
But a show like that, I would absolutely EP for free. And the reason I would EP it for free is because, man, look, we need all of these different shows in the ecosystem. It makes hip-hop better. When people can come to New York and they got 4 or 5 places to go, literally. It's not just the Breakfast Club. It's not just Hot 97. Not just Sway. They can go to Rap Radar. They can go to Everyday Struggle. They can go to Jesus and Mero. That makes the whole ecosystem of the culture better. So you don't let shit like that go away. So for everybody out there like, oh, and by the way, I love this. This is my favorite thing to do in the world. Go on YouTube and listen to these conspiracy theories that people have.
Okay.
Cause it's like I'm the Joker.
What was the best
nigga,
one?
I'm Magneto, nigga. I am a mind fucking manipulating person. I contrived this whole scheme to break up Everyday Struggle. Only to say, well, you know what, you and Act should go to Revolt. I want to break it up.
Yeah.
To tell them to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, I've been watching that shit, and that shit is so dope. Like even with the, me and Joe Budden did the year-end wrap up for Revolt. Salute to everybody who watched. This year was dope. This year was trash. Everybody's like, now Charlamagne want to work with Joe Budden. Now, this time last year, I executive produced a show on MTV2 called The Hottest MCs, where me and a panel of guests who I handpicked all came together to talk about who the 10 hottest MCs in the country were at the time.
Yeah.
Taxstone was on that panel. Salute to Taxstone. Karen Civil, my homegirl Miranda, formerly of Double XL. Letty was on there. Sycamore. Who else? I'm forgetting some people, but Joe Budden was on there. Joe Budden's been on this podcast how many times, Schultz? Once, twice? The Brilliant Idiots?
Once.
Joe Budden's been on Uncommon Sense, what, 2, 3 times? Joe Budden's been on The Breakfast Club. I've been on Joe Budden podcast. Like, you noticing the theme here? Like, that we work together from time to time. And if I'm doing a year-end wrap-up show that's hip-hop based, and I'm executive producer, Tax ain't home. Who better to sit around and kick hip hop with than Joe Budden?
I think it's a great idea.
It got 1 million views in a day.
Yeah.
So clearly I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
And hey, Joe, you want to be executive producer of this too? Boom. So I don't understand this whole logic of I'm just starting to work with him. No, y'all are just starting to notice.
Right.
And that's what maybe the moral of the whole story is.
You believe what you want.
You believe what the fuck you want, and just because you're not aware of something doesn't mean that it wasn't happening. That goes with
Hold on. Say what you just said again.
Just because you're not aware of something doesn't mean that it wasn't happening.
And I want everybody, yourself included, to remember that the next time SpaceX launches a rocket.
Oh, that was crazy. By the way,
you fucking bozos got on Instagram Live. Oh, the fucking aliens are coming, bro. Clearly, aliens who can travel light years are now in a rocket that barely goes 500 miles per hour in the sky.
You're proving my point again, and I'm going to tell you why.
Y'all are so dumb. SpaceX, all you have to go to the Twitter for SpaceX, and it gives a breakdown of the launch, when they're going to launch it. They have commentary on the launch.
Well, how come nobody ever says that beforehand?
They do, but you don't follow it because you want to believe what you want. You start out with a belief, which is there are aliens,
Did you post
and then
that?
you look for the proof.
Did you post that?
Fuck no.
Well,
Why would I post it so I could ruin all your fun?
Here's the thing with that SpaceX shit. That's not even the first time that sperm-shaped shit has been over the sky in LA.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Maybe because SpaceX is there.
But if you're
That's
what
a crazy idea that they launched more than one rocket.
I just want everybody to do this. Go back to the last time that happened and look what they told you it was.
What'd they say?
They didn't say SpaceX.
I'm sure they did.
No, they didn't. Go back and look.
I'm sure they did.
Go back and look because it's the same. It was the same shit.
Anyway, SpaceX said that they were going to launch that day. We know it's a SpaceX rocket. SpaceX launched. Matter of fact, a guy who listens to this podcast invited me to go to SpaceX when I was in LA, and I couldn't figure out what the time, but I was really excited to go.
So you don't believe in UFOs?
Shout out to you. Say what?
You don't believe in UFOs?
Those things are totally mutually exclusive. We are a UFO to another planet.
Yes, and we're aliens to somebody.
Exactly. So, of course, I believe in UFOs. We have spaceships that go in the sky.
Yes.
If there is other life forms out there, we are a UFO to them.
It's got to be.
But that has nothing to do with the fact that this, we know for a fact, was SpaceX. But since we want to believe it's an alien, then it's an alien. You have to understand the thing about human beings that I've realized is we have the ability to believe in myths, things that are made up. And this is not just aliens. This is Bitcoin. For example, Bitcoin might have no money, but if you start believing it's worth something, you start believing it's worth something, you start believing it's worth something, all of a sudden, it's worth $19,000 a coin.
Bitcoin was $28,000 a pop.
19. So
No,
19,
the highest I got was 28.
19 and then dropped back down to 11. I've been
I saw
following it.
28.
I've been following. You saw the wrong shit. Don't buy that one.
The one I saw, but it dropped quick though.
It dropped in a day. It lost a third of the value in a day.
28 and it
Doesn't
dropped.
matter. It's no different than gold, right? If we see some guy wearing a bunch of gold necklaces, right? We go, wow, those are worth money. Why?
But here's the thing.
Why are they worth money? Answer that.
What?
Gold necklaces.
Because it's gold.
Why? Why is gold worth anything?
Because it's a rare metal.
Why is it rare? Who knows it's rare?
Because it's not a lot of it.
Okay,
anymore.
You know what else is rare? I have a booger that's going to come out of my mouth. That's one of one. You can't get it. My mouth, my nose. You can't get another one of those boogers. That is a one of one booger. Is that worth more than gold? Should I make necklaces out of it?
No, but what you're saying makes sense. But check this out as well.
People decide to believe in
But listen,
something,
if you're in LA,
and then it has value.
But if you're in LA, right?
Yeah.
And you're in the backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and you see something in the sky you've never seen before. What is that?
Mexicans.
No, seriously, what is it? To you in that moment, what is it?
That's to me.
It's a UFO. It's an unidentified flying object.
Sure.
Because you don't know what it is at the time.
Well, it is an unidentified flying object.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
So in this day and age, when everybody got their motherfucking phones and everybody's out, and you're in your backyard, that's the first thing you're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? That is a UFO.
But then I
so
stopped
those people weren't wrong.
But I stopped before I go. They coming to get us. The government is covering it up. They would have told us that this was going to happen beforehand. Why are they just doing it afterwards? They did tell you beforehand. SpaceX tweets it out every single time.
Andrew, by the way, though, that could be a cover-up. We don't know that.
Why would they tweet it out if it was a cover-up? Why would they say, hey, we have a launch today? Because they knew the aliens were coming for a little drive-by?
No. If everybody sees... Listen. No, seriously, think about this for a second. Think about this. Because I want everybody to listen to this.
Yeah.
You think that if they don't know... Like, planes are landing into New York right now.
Yeah.
They know that.
Yeah.
You don't think that they would have communication? I'm just throwing speculation out there. You don't think that they would have communication? And UFOs are like, yo, we're flying through whatever today.
Yeah.
So y'all better figure this shit the fuck out so your people don't freak out.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Boom. SpaceX is launching at whatever.
Right.
Should we make a big announcement? Nah. Just people will start seeing it, whatever, then we'll just say it later. I'm not saying
What
that
announcement besides tweeting about it all day do you want? And doing a live tweet and doing a live broadcast. What else do you want?
That's fine. But I'm saying, like, let's not act like that couldn't be the case. It could absolutely have been a UFO in the motherfucking sky, and they used SpaceX to cover it up.
Sure.
Because I want to know why the fuck he got permission to just be able to launch it.
Because that's what he does.
These motherfuckers get mad at Kim Jong. So why Kim Jong-un can't launch his shit when he want to?
In my personal opinion, real talk,
Yes.
If you're a sovereign country, you should have the right to test your weapons.
I didn't.
I'm not gonna lie. Like now, if you act like you're gonna blow America up the second you could reach us, we also have the right to go in there and take your head off. But a sovereign nation that does not make threats to anybody else and is only saying, "Hey, we want to defend ourselves in the event that you come after us," you got every right to test out your weapons.
How we know Elon Musk ain't testing weapons? Or whoever the fuck.
Be.
We don't know what the fuck SpaceX is.
That's why we sent Amber Heard in there. That bitch was a spy, bro. She broke up with Johnny Depp and get us some info on this South African.
We don't know why the fuck Elon Musk is testing shit? Who is Elon Musk
Yeah.
that he can just test shit whenever the fuck he wants and send everybody into a fucking panic?
Y'all are in a panic because you want to believe something so bad. It's like in Mexico, every year a lady sees the Virgin Mary in her fucking beans and rice. It's because she wants to see the Virgin Mary
Come on,
so
man.
bad.
Y'all are bugging.
She's looking at the beans and rice, and now she's like, "Oh, that's the
Y'all
Virgin
gotta
Mary."
stop this shit.
Son,
You know
I
why
was
you gotta stop
I
this
was
shit?
in Jerusalem. I
You
seen
know why
it.
you gotta stop this shit?
What?
Because you've seen those beans and rice and said that does look like the fucking Virgin Mary.
Listen,
all right.
no.
And I've seen taco. I've seen
that's
shit that
not
look like.
true.
I've seen Jesus and oatmeal.
I never seen the Virgin Mary, but I have eaten a taco that I was like, Jesus Christ, this shit is good.
Listen.
I said Jesus' name on how delicious the
You've looked at
taco
some
was.
oatmeal and seen Jesus in that motherfucker.
No.
I've looked at a lot of that shit and be like, I can see Jesus in that.
Yeah, but you see Sasquatch. You see like the wolf guy.
I never seen Sasquatch.
Oh no, but you believe in like seeing ghosts and these types of things. Your
seen ghosts.
mind is ready for it.
No, I've seen ghosts.
Okay, so you've seen ghosts. All I'm saying
I've
is
seen UFOs.
human.
I did. I told y'all this. It's in my book.
Right.
I've seen a flying saucer, and I didn't know what the fuck it was when
Right.
I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Sitting in my grandmother's yard, playing in her yard.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Yeah.
See a literal flying saucer hovering over the trees.
Right.
And it shot off fast as fuck. I kept playing.
Yeah.
And later on in life, not even later, like a couple years later, when I started actually like studying UFOs and supernatural, I'm like, oh shit, I've seen one of those before.
Yeah.
Whether you choose to believe that or not, that's on you.
Poor alien to come from light years away and end up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
That's where you would go.
All the great cities that you could go visit: New York, Los
Why?
Angeles,
No.
Beijing, Tokyo, Istanbul, Jerusalem. No, I'm going to go to the dirt roads, population 8,000, maybe 7,000 at the time. Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
If you are intelligent life,
this is an intelligent life form. Where should I go?
No, think about it.
A fucking peach tree in Moncks Corner,
have you ever
South Carolina.
Have you ever read about alien abductions and all that stuff like that?
Yes, I have.
All right, so if you're an intelligent life
What's
form,
their obsession with our asshole?
I don't believe that. That's people. You hear the word probe and everybody always goes to anus.
Yeah, but why butthole? Like what?
Nobody ever said aliens fuck with your
You're an
anus.
alien. You can't do a body scan or something like that. You really need an old school
Who
jam
told you
something
that?
up my ass.
Who told you that though? Like
Your uncle. That's who. I'm an alien. I'm a life form. Be quiet while I put this thing in your ass.
If you're an alien and you've talked to government officials, wouldn't government officials tell you stay away from the big cities?
How do they communicate with government officials?
What you mean? The same way I communicate with you. We're talking about intelligent life.
Oh, they speak English.
I don't know what they speak.
All I know is my cleaning lady's been in New York for 30 years, right? She hasn't learned English that well.
And what do you
God
call
bless her soul.
And what do they call your cleaning lady?
Say what?
If she don't got her green card, what do you call her?
I'm just. She
No. If she don't have a green card, what do you call her?
She can't be an
alien.
alien.
Illegal fucking alien.
She can't be an
All
alien.
right?
She can't be an alien because if she was an alien, she would speak English. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if this other life form, you're just saying they got a knack for language, this other
don't know
life form?
what they speak.
They don't even have tongues. How the fuck are they going to communicate?
This is what everybody needs to learn going into 2018. Unlearn.
Yeah. Can you communicate with a starfish?
No, but I can communicate with an animal.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you tell an animal? Can you ask an animal what they think, how they feel about like capitalism versus communism, and like get a good answer?
No,
from
but you
that?
can tell dogs to sit. You can tell dogs to fetch. You can tell dogs to attack.
Right.
Dogs can tell you when they're hungry.
Yeah.
Like babies that can't speak can communicate with you.
Right.
Like I think it's like if you wait till
So
you have
you think
kids.
that
No, time out,
aliens
time out.
can communicate with
when
us
you have kids,
about launches
Listen, when
and
you have
everything.
kids, the illest thing that you're going to witness is your wife communicating with your infant child. Chris, you can attest to that. I'm like you like I can't get like, but my little baby can cry a certain way.
Yeah.
My wife will know whether she needs to be changed, whether she wants to eat, whether she's sleepy. To me, all I hear is noise.
Yeah.
It's unreal. So I don't know how aliens communicate with us. I don't know, but that's the thing. None of us do. The same way you're sitting here saying that people believe what they want to believe, you're choosing a belief as well.
Oh, we all believe in whatever we choose.
Absolutely.
Everything is, dude, the fact that like we think we act like religion is the only thing that we make up, right? I read this cool book called Sapiens. You guys should check it out. Yoav Harari is the guy who does it. Really brilliant book. But like religion isn't the only thing that we make up.
We're in the midst of a season that we've made up.
Bro,
who the fuck is Santa Claus?
Not even Santa Claus. I'll take it one step further. Capitalism, democracy. Like these are just inventions. We just made it up.
They're systems.
They're systems and structures. We just completely,
I'm not mad at those.
No, I'm not saying I'm mad at it.
I'm more mad at Santa Claus and the reindeer.
You can make up good things.
That shit is stupid.
First of all, where the fuck did Frosty come from? I don't think there's any biblical reference. There was no snow.
I want to know at what point in life.
Yeah.
did everybody get what they wanted for Christmas?
Yeah.
That they were able to sell this shit called Santa Claus. Because think about it.
Okay.
You had motherfuckers making lists.
Yeah.
At what point in life did everybody on the planet get exactly what they put on the list that they believe in some shit called Santa Claus? Because the first people that should have debunked this myth called Santa Claus are the poor and disenfranchised. All right? Because I've been writing out this motherfucking list of this person named Santa, and he don't answer shit of mine. I want to know at what point in life did everybody get what they wanted that they were able to sell this bullshit called Santa Claus, bro?
No, it's a good question. It's a perfect example of believing what you want, right? When you're a kid, you don't even look into the logic of going to every single home, the ones without chimneys, dropping off presents.
I don't even have a chimney. I grew up in a single wide trailer.
The amount of cookies that you would eat in one night, the diabetes that you would immediately have, the
flying
milk,
reindeer.
What if he's lactose? There's so much milk that you're going to have to indulge in that day. It's a lot of things that are fucked up, but we want those presents, so we're like, all right, I'll believe in it.
They told us Santa goes all around the world. Most of the world ain't celebrating Christmas when we are.
I know, you just sliding in some Muslim's house in Saudi Arabia. He's like, get the fuck out of here. What the hell are you doing?
Like, listen, that was crazy. Like, Santa is the craziest shit to me.
Yeah.
And that's why, I've said this a million times on this here podcast.
Yeah.
You tell people about Santa, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and God and Jesus.
Yeah.
And then you get older, and when a person's questioning Santa and those fucking flying reindeer, they start questioning Jesus and this walking on water shit. All right? And Jesus turning, water into wine. You know what I mean? How come Jesus can do things with water that other people can't? Right?
I'm trying to think about how he could have turned the water into wine.
With grapes.
Yeah, grapes. How do you turn grapes into wine?
You squash them, don't you? Or you age them and squash them?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I got to figure out the math with that shit.
All I'm saying is, the best thing to do going into 2018 is just to tell yourself you simply don't fucking know. None of us really do.
Yeah.
Listen, you can have your beliefs, whatever makes you feel comfortable, but I encourage everybody, and I've read this book a million times, The Fifth Agreement. Be skeptical, but listen.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to do. Be skeptical of everything, but listen. That's a simple concept. That's a simple concept. And
then after you've done research, you can put together your opinion.
Research is sketchy too, bro.
Not if you do it correctly.
Not really.
Not if you go through the commandments of thought.
Research is just what somebody told you.
Check your bias.
Research is what just somebody telling you.
It's what you decide to read. You decide to
But it's still based off what somebody's telling you.
Yeah, but what you have to do is balance it, right? Like I research both sides. Matter of fact, the more sides that you research, if you get 4 different opinions, are actually way less. You're way more objective.
You know what the best thing happened to you in Israel?
What's that?
An experience. I think that's what you should do. Go experience shit.
Sure.
Experience things for yourself.
Sure.
I think that's the best way to come to your own conclusions. And once you experience things, when you do that research, it will help you either confirm or deny what it is you've already experienced.
You know what? And there is value to that, especially experience. And
I think that's the greatest teacher.
No, it is. It is. Not everybody can just go on a trip to Israel or just go on a trip anywhere. But like, I learned something from going there. I don't know if you noticed recently, but like Lorde, the singer Lorde, that like white goth chick that had that song, and she's from like Australia or something like that, or like New Zealand.
Where Lorde is from.
She's from some sunny ass place.
She's from the fucking craft. That's
paler
what the fuck
than I am. Yeah, she is from the craft.
They need to bring back the craft and cast Lorde as the fucking lead. That's what they need to do.
She's Maleficent. So basically, she canceled her show in Israel. She was going to do a show in Israel. She canceled her show because her fans were starting to protest. Right, because of political situations that are over there, obviously, treatment of people in Gaza and the West Bank, etc. And what's interesting, I notice about Israel is that there's no separation between people and politics. In America and most countries in the world, there's separation between people and politics. Right, like for example, everyone in the world hates America. Loves American entertainment, movies, music, ways of dress, language, attitude. But the first thing you do when they meet them is you get to sit down and they tell you how shitty America is.
But they love coming here, though.
But they love coming here. Yeah. Exactly. Now, Lorde decided not to do her show because of the treatment of certain people in Israel and because of the political, problems that are going on there. And it shows to me that she's not separating the people from the politics, because there are many people that might agree with her there. Many people might disagree with her there. But I find it so phony because America is responsible for way more dead people around the world, but she's still going to do that show in L.A. She's still going to do that show because that money's coming in.
Yeah, Lorde's not doing that for Israel. Lorde's doing that for America. because her record sales are booming in America, because her concerts sell out crazy in America. Not saying that they don't do that all over the world,
Right.
but when you make a stand against Israel and say, I'm not performing there,
Yep.
your fans in America that fuck with you
Yeah.
and made you the international superstar you are, Lord,
Yeah.
they fuck with you even harder. So she made a decision not because of what's happening in Israel. She made a
Yeah.
decision based off her fan base here in America.
Right. So what I would prefer is don't get on your high horse and act like you're doing it because of some like a social consciousness. What I prefer is just be like, yo, I'm a slave to like whatever my fans believe, and I'm just gonna go along with the majority of them, and I don't have
Who
any
the fuck would
opinions
say some
myself.
shit like that?
I mean, just keep it. Look, you're right. Nobody would, but it's just, in my opinion, it's absolutely bullshit, and like it's just a bullshit situation, you know.
Or she really could feel that way.
But she didn't, because she already booked the show. And then when some fans
She
were
might have got presented
protesting,
with new information. That's what I'm saying. She might have got presented with new information. Like she might have saw the fans protesting. Like, why are they protesting?
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody told her what was up. And she's like, oh, well, I don't want no parts of that.
so what if somebody tells her what's up with American intervention overseas?
Oh, she ain't giving up that American dollar.
That's all I'm saying. Keep the same energy, yo.
No.
Consistency is key.
She's not giving up
Keep
that.
the same.
She's not giving up that American
America
dollar.
could blow up her grandparents' house, and she'd still come do a show in Chicago in a fucking heartbeat.
Yes, because America is where her career. First
That
of all,
money's here,
you're not a
baby.
star if you're not a star in America.
Facts.
That's
you
just the
you
truth
could
of the
still
matter.
be a star without going to Israel.
I mean, and I don't even want to say that. You can be a star other places, but
you're not a star.
everybody wants that American stamp,
Yeah.
baby.
Listen.
Like you want to pop in America
Yeah.
and become an international superstar.
You don't want to be
everywhere
Robbie
else.
Williams.
Robbie
Robbie Williams was popping in England, tried to do it over here. We were like,
Period.
nah, fam.
You don't
Yeah.
want to be K-pop.
You don't want to be K-pop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You walk around New York, you just another Korean.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's just the truth to the matter. So she's only doing that because she wants to cater to her American base.
Not
That's
only
all.
American, it's this global. It's a global base. But all I'm saying is it's interesting. And if you have political disagreements with Israel, I still implore you to go check it out. I think that if you go experience it for yourself, experience how these people live, and experience other parts of Israel outside of just Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. You know, go to Haifa, go to these different places where you imagine it, where it's like it's just Muslims and Jews constantly fighting and blowing shit up. But when you're there, you don't feel that. I mean, you can go to Haifa, right, which is a city that's always been Christian, Jewish, and Muslim, like for thousands of years. They live together harmoniously.
Yeah.
Because they're used to it. They're accustomed to it. They understand each other. It's the newer developments, and obviously places closer to the West Bank, et cetera, that they're going to have this kind of beef. All I'm saying is it's a country that has a lot of history, and I'm someone who, again, is not religious, who's not Jewish. And I went there and I found it incredibly interesting, and I had a phenomenal time. Incredibly warm people. It just like really, thank you to all the people who took me out.
It would be
Like,
amazing if people use that same energy here in America. And what I mean by that is stop assuming you know things about people. Go to these people's communities and have conversation with them. Like that's what we've been saying for years. The problem is black people assume they know what's on white people's mind. White people assume they know what's on black people's mind. Like, yo, go find out for yourself. Experience people. Stop dismissing things. Like that was the whole problem with the Black Lives Matter and everything. Like you're just dismissing, oh, there's no real police problem. How about you go see for yourself?
Let's see, maybe there
go
is.
see what the other side is talking about. Like, go see what they are feeling. Go see why they're marching. Don't just dismiss shit. Experiences, man. I promise you. Like, I'm just at that point in my life where I'm able to say, I don't know. And that's one of the principles of my book. Give people the credit they deserve for being stupid, including yourself, because the know-it-all knows nothing. We don't know. It's a lot of shit we think we know. We have no motherfucking idea.
Sure.
And you know what I wish? I wish all of these so-called experts would just admit they really don't know. I wish people who people that deal with space and all of that shit like that, like stop acting like you know exactly what's going on in space, because you don't.
That was my biggest issue. I was reading Stephen Hawking's book, The Universe in a Nutshell. And
how you know? How the fuck is the universe in a nutshell?
Well, no, like I'm reading it, right? And at first I'm starting to get into it, and I was like, wow, this is fascinating, space-time and all these concepts. And then each chapter, it would kind of go like, oh, this is a theory, this is what we think. And then when you get to this level in space, you know, the physics as we know on Earth kind of break down and things change. And I'm just like, hold on.
I don't mind that, though.
No,
I don't mind them saying this is a theory, and this is what I think.
That's all they say.
That's our fault.
That's all they say. Scientists are very specific about it. But the point I'm trying to make is like, even physics is all made up. Like, physics is supposed to be this concrete thing, right? Fucking gravity exists. That's it. There's nothing we can do about that. There are all these laws in America, in the world, that work, and there's no change in these laws. You get out of space, you get close to a black hole, it all goes out the window.
Yeah.
Even fucking physics is made up, or it's subjective to where the hell
Or
you are.
maybe they're just getting presented with new information, so shit changes.
Right.
Yo, the Earth is made of 3/4 of water. They don't know what the fuck is going on down there.
Yeah.
All right, Aquaman might be down there. The Submariner, every fucking mermaid you know. Atlantis might really motherfucking exist. UFOs might be entering from underwater.
Yeah.
We don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Stop acting like if every
There's certain things we know. I don't subscribe to
you know
this
sharks.
idea.
You know
Yeah,
squids.
sharks
You know
exist.
stingrays.
No, but in general, like, there's certain things we know and we can share opinions on. Like, you feel informed about hip hop, so you can share your opinion on hip hop.
Based
And you
off
say it's
experiences.
based on experience. So you can't say nobody knows anything. And certain experts do have more experience than you or I have, and we have certain experience more than other people have. So we can share these.
I'm just saying we
opinions.
don't know everything,
Of course, not nobody knows everything.
but we act like it.
yeah,
That's
Google
the
doesn't know everything.
But we act like
Yeah.
it. That's the fucking problem with human beings, especially here in America.
Yeah.
We act like we know every fucking thing. Yo, when you go on social media, everybody swears they know what the fuck's going on in your life.
Oh, it's awful.
Like,
That's why I'm on Twitter. I can't do it.
Like they know without a shadow of a fucking doubt. Like people swear me and Joe Budden are doing the show, as if we don't do this all the time. There was never speculation that we were doing a podcast when we did our podcast together. Or when he was on my other TV show, there was never speculation that he was doing a TV show. So why now we're doing a show together?
It would be a great show.
No. First of all, I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying.
Why would I?
A rap-based show would be a great show. I mean, you already have your rap show.
Listen,
But it would, you know.
here's the thing with Joe Budden. I've told y'all this a million times.
Yeah.
You get involved with Joe Budden, as soon as he's not comfortable,
Yeah.
he's out.
Well, that's
Have
why
I not told y'all this shit already?
that's why you don't want to be the EP of the show. So we should acknowledge, and I just want to point this out. It's not. Again, I'm upset that I never watched. I watched one episode of Everyday Struggle. I'm not a big like rap fan, as everybody listens to this podcast knows. Of course, I listen to the music, but I don't really care about like talking about it for an hour. That being said, I'm not happy this show got canceled. Everybody was tweeting me, "Schultz, you were right." Da 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 da.
No.
I'm a content guy. If there's content people fuck with, and it's good content, I want it to be out there.
Yeah.
I believe in content, and I feel like people should be served by the content. In no way am I happy at this. Joe and Ack could hate me more than anything in the world. They could think I don't exist. It doesn't matter. I still want the content to exist if people fuck with it.
Andrew, what's wrong with making an observation? You made an observation.
I made an
I
observation.
made an observation.
You made an observation. You were closer. I think
I was off by a half a month.
you were off by half a month.
Half
though.
a month, baby.
I thought it was
Come on
done
now,
quick.
give me
son,
me.
Son, I thought it was done quick. I will say this. There's a producer on Everyday Struggle. And I don't know which one it is. I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I don't know who it was. But when I said it's going to be 2 months and you were like, it's going to be 6 months, he hit me on Twitter and he was like, still thriving. You know, we out here killing it, blah, 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 still going. And I was like, okay, just wait. Now,
right.
I don't know who you are. I forget who you are. But if you are listening, I told you so. That's the only person that I want to tell I told you so. Nobody else. I hope the show goes to Revolt or whatever happens.
Yeah.
The fact that he came out and reached out to me personally and said that, it bothered me.
And honestly, I think that if the show does go to Revolt, even though I don't think Ack is coming, if I was Joe, I would just do the podcast. I would bring Maul and Rory. Those are your real friends. Like, see, Joe needs to be in a situation where he's comfortable.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think at Revolt he'd be comfortable. It's a black-owned network.
Yeah.
You know, it's a guy from hip hop who runs that network, so who would understand how to deal with somebody like Joe a little better. Plus, I think Joe is at a different space in his life because he got his girl, he got a newborn baby. And I'm sure Joe got a mortgage.
Son, that was brave to walk away with a newborn.
But that lets me know two things. Joe got a little stash somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got a little stash somewhere. You
That's
know
the
what I mean?
first thing I thought. I was like, yo, is Joe good?
Sin Dominican.
financially?
Listen, Sin
Okay.
is Dominican, right?
Yeah.
She got something in the mattress. It's some money. It's some cash in the mattress.
I can sell the Michael Kors bags, baby. Don't worry.
On, man.
I can sell the watches
Come
too.
on, man.
Yeah.
It's some cash in the mattress. You know what I'm saying? She got an uncle in the Bronx with some good coke prices. Something's going on over there. So I just think Joe should be he can be comfortable in a situation with Revolt. And
That's
if you bring in
brave.
your two guys,
Brave.
Mal and Rory, those are your friends.
I like that move.
So it won't be conflict. Like, these are still your friends. Y'all may argue and y'all may talk shit to each other, but these are your people at the end of the day. And I think that's another thing that I'm either gonna learn to deal with in 2018, or I'm just gonna say fuck it.
Okay.
Because we are friends. We have a circle. Do we not talk to each other crazy, Andrew?
Wow.
Shut the fuck up. Suck my dick. Yeah, well, and it's not in a disrespectful way.
No.
That's just regular old school 90s man shit. Oh, man, shut up, man. You sound like a fucking fairy. And when I say fairy, I mean a fairy like in Bright. All right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted.
But that's just how we talk.
Yeah.
So, I think that, when I'm dealing with people like I'm dealing with somebody like
Was that scene, what is it called?
What?
A hate crime in Bright when he beat the fairy?
Yes.
That was a hate crime.
You fucking right.
You can't just beat the
and
shit out of a
he said
fairy.
fairy lives don't matter.
Wow.
That was a fucking hate crime, Will.
Wow.
He said fairy lives don't matter.
Will Smith was dispelling all those gay rumors in that scene. Who's gay now?
I'm telling you. But I realize when I'm dealing with new people,
Yeah.
and I talk like that,
They
to
can't
them,
handle it.
they can't, especially the kid, they can't handle it,
It is a huge problem I have even with comedians, man. It's like I value comfort more than anything. I need to be able to make fun of you so I feel comfortable. I need to be able to snap on you. I need to be able to do these things so
That's how we were
raised.
raised.
That's how I'm raised. And when I feel clipped, when I feel like my wings, I can't even spread them because I'm going to offend you. You're going to get sensitive. You're going to walk away.
Especially with grown men, bro. I can do it with women. With women, I'm very cognizant of it. Especially being that I got daughters and stuff. I'm very cognizant of how that can hurt your feelings.
Well, a grown ass dude.
A grown
if I can't
ass
make
man?
fun of you, man.
Fuck
come
outta
on,
here,
son.
man.
I can't
I
do business with you. How am I supposed to hang out with you every day? If you're a grown man, I need to be comfortable around you. And I have certain things that I need to be able to do to be comfortable. I need to be able to say wild shit without feeling judged, like you getting offended or you assuming a bunch of things about me without knowing. Like, we should be able to have these hypothetical conversations, these thought exercises, say fucked up words we're not supposed to say everything that we're not be politically correct. I can't be politically correct in my friendships. I got to be that in my fucking entertainment life. And you want me to take that into a fucking group chat? No, it's not happening, bro.
I'm gonna tell you.
Don't correct me.
And don't accept it from other people.
And then criticize me for it.
Bro, I'm gonna go back to this academic
Keep the
joke
same
shit
energy
one more time.
Yeah.
Act got upset they upset because they calling me a snake because I got on there and I said what I said about Deez Samara, whatever.
Yeah.
Joe Budden got on his podcast and said academics is the biggest pussy he's ever seen in his life. Right? And they continue to do everyday struggle together all the time. It was all good. I ain't seen none of y'all saying Joe's a snake, whatever. So if Joe can call you the biggest pussy, and you cool with him, you stop answering my phone and returning my text because I critiqued you about some shit with Deez Samara. Yeah. Stop it, man. Yeah. Stop it.
It's easier to hear criticism from people who you make money off of.
You think?
Hell yeah. He knows he's getting money off of Joe.
That's not criticism, though. That's just you being a slave at that point.
Whatever. Look, it is what it is. All I'm saying is that people have a big problem with, dude, you know what bothers me more than anything? And I've noticed this recently in comedy shows. It's not only are they sensitive, they feel comfortable voicing it.
I ain't with that shit.
Son, I'm doing a show. Fam, I'm doing a show. It's mind-boggling to me. I'm doing a show at Gotham last night.
Yeah.
Gotham Comedy Club, sold out show for Comedy Juice. Great show. They do it every Tuesday at Gotham Comedy Club. I'm telling a joke, and you know what I do in comedy. I take the hardest position to defend, and then I defend it, and I make you laugh with it, right? That's the goal for me. I don't want to do easy jokes. I want to take the one that's hard. And a smart audience with a good IQ gets it from the beginning. They go, oh, I see what he's doing. I don't spell it out to you, but they get it. They go, okay, he's going to take a really hard position to defend, and then he's going to do it, right? Challenge conventional wisdom, if you will. And I was doing some joke about like Louis C.K. jerking off in front of women, and like, you know, my issue is with the joke is I was like, look, he asked, you know, like plenty of homeless people jerked off in front of me. None of them asked. And if they did, I would be incredibly grateful, you know, and I would be like, what a hero to ask, you know? Crowd is going for everything. We're having a good time. And then one guy in a fucking cardigan, and with his girlfriend, and I knew since he was in a cardigan, he was going to be such a pussy. He goes, not funny.
You know what I did to him as soon as he said that?
What's that? Just jerked off right in his face.
What the fuck are you talking about?
But what is mind-boggling to me is like...
What's mind-boggling is that one motherfucker is the person you can't stop focusing on.
I'll tell you why. One, the selfishness that you could affect 300 other people's night. It's crazy that you think your opinions are so important. And this is what social media did to us. This is what tweeting things and getting retweets, posting things on Instagram, getting posts and getting likes. You think everything you say is important.
It is, though.
And it's you think everything you say is important. Second of all, the inconsistency. When you watch a horror film, do you go, murder is not entertainment?
It's a great point.
When you're at a comedy show, all of a sudden, I got to be politically correct and I have to be a congressman up there. I am on the hook for one thing at a comedy show, and it is laughter. That is my only agenda. There is no political agenda outside of that, and I'm going to say the most fucked up shit, and I'm going to defend the hardest things there are to defend because that's what I like to do with comedy.
I don't understand how the Four Agreements has sold tens of millions of books, and one of the Four Agreements is don't take offense, don't take things personal. But we live in the age of everybody taking offense and everybody taking things personal.
Selectively. One of the great things I love to say is these people who are like social justice warriors, they're tweeting shit on their phone that's made by child slaves. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, all of our phones are made by child slaves, right?
Don't tell me that.
It's a fact.
Because my shit is fucked up, and I need a better child slave.
I know, they got to fix it.
Every time somebody calls me, they say it sounds like you're mumbling. All right? They're like, yo, you sound like Lil Yachty. You sound like one of the Migos. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's what happens when you don't pay the workers. Maybe if they paid the workers, we'd have better phones.
Get some adult slaves.
Libya got some. Get some cobalt from adults.
All right? Yeah. These phones used to be much better.
All I'm saying is we're all fucking hypocrites. But when you're in the field of entertainment, I don't care what it is, right? We watch action movies, right? We are drawn to what our fears are, right? We're afraid of dying. We're afraid of being killed. We're afraid of murder. And we're afraid of maybe the fucked up things that we have to live with in the world. At a comedy show, we get to laugh at these things.
I wish.
Hour and a half a night. We laugh at the fucked up things that we know are right and wrong. We all know what's right and wrong there.
Bro, we used to laugh at them shit when they weren't at comedy shows.
Bang. But now we can't forget that.
Yes, we can amongst each other.
You want to know who I think? And Akash said this great ass point. He goes, and this is what we need to convince people. There's a difference between stand-up comedy and sit-down comedy. Jon Stewart is sit-down comedy. John Oliver is sit-down comedy. They have a political agenda, and they use comedy as a device to get this political agenda out in the world.
The difference between those...
we do not have a political agenda. We have, or at least the good comedians have a comedy agenda, and that's what we want is to make people laugh, and we might talk about fucked up political shit, or we might make jokes about our family, but it's laughter first. Politics are secondary.
Laughter is the gray area. I love John Oliver. I love Jon Stewart. Clearly on the left.
Yeah.
Right? Then there's really nobody clearly on the right owning it.
Right.
You know, I mean, yeah, you do. Just Sean Hannity's, Bill O'Reilly's, all those guys like that.
But they're not comedians.
Yeah, they're not comedians.
Maybe Greg Gutfeld.
But laughter is the gray area, baby.
Yes.
Laughter is where all the nuance is.
Bro.
Like, and guess what? You remember how they say you got to laugh to keep from crying? Sometimes that is the perspective you have to take. Let me look at it from this angle.
Dude.
And guess what? This angle is no angle. It's just the gray area. Nobody dealing with the gray area. It's black. It's white.
Yeah.
Everybody's on one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
Where's the gray area?
That's where the funny is.
I like to operate in the gray area.
I mean, that's all I want to do.
I am nigga nuance.
Let's go.
All right? I am nuance king.
I'm not that.
I like dealing with the nuance of situations. Like
matter of fact, the more a group of people feel confident about their position, the more I take the opposite angle in my comedy. The more I try to show the nuance of the other angle. You know,
just show the other side.
Because to me, that's where the funny is.
Because if you already got a side,
and
then somebody shows you another side, all you got to do is just sit right there in the middle.
Boom, and check it out.
Area.
And we're doing this for laugh. Like, it could be anything. It could be, when Trump said grab the pussy, that's completely fucked up. My comedian brain, the second I see that article, oh my God, Trump said the most offensive thing. It's so awful. You cannot defend this. Immediately, my comedian brain is going, let me see. Well, let me give it a shot.
Donald Trump's on his own with that one.
All I'm saying.
Some shit I ain't defending.
I got
by the way, that's the gray area too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could just be like, oh, word. Oh, word. Wow. That's crazy. And leave it at that.
Nah, bro, you got to go for it.
You don't got to pick. Listen, that's the other thing. We don't have to pick a side.
No, it's not about you have to. All I'm saying is, like, if it's in you, like, for me, comedy has to bubble up. It's like when you're boiling water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't put the pasta in until it's boiling.
I just don't like being a hypocrite. So it's like, yo, you know why Donald Trump saying grab him by the pussy is wrong? Mm-hmm. 2 reasons. Number 1, it is sexual assault or sexual harassment. Yeah. And number 2, because he's the president of the United States of America, and historically that's been a dignified position. Right. Presidents aren't supposed to talk like that.
Right.
But if fucking 21 Savage comes out with a song called "Grab 'Em by the Pussy,"
Right.
and you throw a goddamn beat behind that shit by
shit fire.
Metro Boomin, that shit is the shit in the club. Yo, you heard that "Grab 'Em by the Pussy" shit?
Fire.
So I just don't like being a hypocrite.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Consistency, man.
That's all. That's it. That's it. I just don't like being a hypocrite. I can't knock somebody for doing something that I either have done or may even have the potential to do. That's the whole shit with the Kevin Hart shit. When everybody talk about the Kevin Hart and Michael Blackson shit, and during the interview, I told Kev I couldn't give you Donkey of the Day because you my man, but also it's like I feel like a hypocrite giving a man Donkey of the Day for cheating.
Yeah.
Cheating?
Yeah.
I don't know when the devil might overtake me, right? And cause me to ruin the beautiful sanctity of my marriage. You never know. I don't know what may happen in that moment. We've all been there.
You don't believe in Jesus, but you believe in the devil.
Hey, man. No. Hey.
I see how it is.
No.
Convenient.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not even gonna call it the devil. I believe in the power of pussy.
Pussy is powerful.
Pussy is a powerful motherfucker.
bitch.
And you know how I know that?
Yeah.
Because I've experienced it. All right? I know what that shit feels like, goddammit. So when you out somewhere and you sitting around and you see a beautiful motherfucking woman and she's pretty and she got a nice ass, nice breasts, and a nice face, and she's giving you that look,
Yeah.
and you got a choice,
Yeah.
you better choose wisely if you're
Yeah.
married, all right? But don't act like we don't understand that moment as a man. As a fucking man, bro. Don't understand. What did you think about? You're a comedian.
Yeah.
You think Michael Blackson was out of line?
I didn't even listen to what he said.
I don't know what he said. He made fun of Kev for cheating.
What'd he say?
He just made like, yo, you got caught, stupid motherfucker, this and that. I mean, I don't know exactly what the jokes were. He said he snitched on himself because he got on video and recorded it, blah, 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 this and that. And Kev was upset because Kev was like, yo, Michael is his man. So being that Michael is his man, Michael shouldn't have jumped out the window. But then Gary Owens also made jokes too. But I guess it was the way Gary made jokes. You know what
Gary
I'm saying?
say?
Gary basically called Kevin on the phone and was like, hey, man, fucked up what you're going through, blah, blah, blah. But hey, check this out. This may not be the time to ask, but you owe me $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like that's funny.
Because it got nothing to do with cheating.
It got nothing to do with cheating.
And then what did Blackson say specifically?
I don't know exactly. I don't know what he said specifically.
Now, was Blackson just piggybacking on the fact that this is a big story and he wanted to insert himself
Yes, and that's what Kev said. Kev was like, yo, you're the Instagram model that's doing anything for likes now. And, you're talking about Kev because Kev
was hot right now.
Kev brings you attention.
Yeah.
I just think as a man, I can't clown another man for cheating.
Yeah.
That's just me personally.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Now, if Michael found the funny in it,
What guy is doing that?
Michael Blackson.
Michael Blackson said you're a clown for cheating. That's what he said.
I don't know what he said. I don't want to misquote him. I don't know exactly what he said.
I got to find out what he said because it all comes down to what he said.
I just know what Kev was saying he was upset about.
Yeah.
Which was Michael Blackson clowning him for cheating or speaking on him cheating. And I can see where that can also be fucked up as well because if my wife is at home and I'm trying to get my wife to stay offline because she's probably reading all of this shit about me, which I know makes it worse.
Oh, of course.
Because if you're a woman, first of all, anything that's said on the internet
if you
affects
cheat privately, they forgive you. Yo.
But when everybody knows and they calling you stupid and you screaming on him, these motherfuckers think I'm stupid. You see what Bossum just said about me? Michael Blackson, your own boy, just got online and said that I'm stupid and you stupid for cheating on me. See what the fuck? Oh my God, damn, bro.
Yo, if you're fucking another girl and your girl walks in, right, and only the three you know.
You might get a threesome pop.
Yo, real talk. You might be able to get a threesome popping, right? You're definitely forgiven, right?
Without question.
Listen, it's done. It's fine. I really think that it's fine. As long as nobody else knows that you're there, it's in a random situation. You could kill the girl. It doesn't matter. It's no evidence.
It's like anything else. If me and you are sitting down talking right now, and you tell me, you say, suck my dick.
Yeah.
I mean, like in a disrespectful way, not in a like.
Yeah.
We're alone.
What is the respect? Sorry, pardon me. Would you mind?
It's just us
sucking my dick, please.
It's just us two here. You know what I mean? What?
Hey, Charlamagne, you've been a fairy lately. Would you mind sucking my dick? But Charlamagne, prove that fairy lives matter. Would you come over here?
But if it's just us, it'll go a whole different way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if it's an audience,
forget it. Now you.
He said suck his dick. The fuck you mean suck your dick?
Yeah, it's true. It is.
You turn to me and say, well, I asked you yesterday and you did it, so why wouldn't I ask you?
So why is it a big deal now? Oh, now it's an issue, huh? Huh, now you don't suck dick all of a sudden.
But it's the audience, man. The audience. I think that's the problem with America, yo. Right now.
It's now everybody got an audience.
America has a live studio audience.
Yeah, we got to
called
stop.
social media.
Social media is a live
And that
studio
shit
audience.
is 24/7, 365.
How many of these things would you tweet to no one? That's what I'm trying to like.
How many of these things would you say?
To
no
no
one.
one.
That's what I be thinking. I promise you. Listen, it's certain things. Like that's why I keep a journal now, and I keep a I keep a gratitude journal, and plus, like even
you keep a gratitude journal?
yeah. And you,
Gay.
hey, Fairy Lives Matter. All right.
No, you're right. My bad. Son. My bad.
So and you know I'm writing my new book, so it's just certain thoughts. Like if you like, I've been tweeting over the holidays. But it's really bullshit. Like I'm reading what I tweet. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. They just throwaway thoughts.
Yo,
like this is bullshit. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm sitting around thinking like, yo, who the fuck? Who really? Who at what point in life got everything they wanted that made people believe in this shit called Santa?
Yeah.
And the only reason that made me tweet that because I'm reading about everybody. I hate you motherfuckers too.
Why?
You people that. Over the holidays, when you worshiping this pagan holiday. I put up an old video from Uncommon Sense where I did a Christmas carol. It was me, Jesus Samaro, Cardi B, Chico Bean. You and Chris wasn't there that day. But it's a Christmas carol about Rufus the Red-Nosed Pitbull and Future being Santa Claus. Like it's just complete bullshit. And somebody left this long comment like, yo, you're changing, yo. You need to pray and stop giving your soul to the devil. I can't believe you buying into this pagan shit. I said, bro, I tweeted him back. I responded. I said, yo, you too woke, bro. You need to get some sleep. You tired. I just did a whole fictional shit about Future being Santa Claus and red-nosed pit bulls. It's satire. It's fun. Why do you give a fuck so much?
Because he's broke and can't afford presents. That's all it is. All these bah humbug motherfuckers are broke. And I tell you this, it's the same broke motherfuckers that come around Valentine's Day like, oh, this is a Hallmark holiday. They've just invented this shit, so we do it or whatever. When you got a little money in your pocket, you want to buy some people some gifts. You want to take your girl out for dinner on Valentine's Day. It's the same.
And by the way, y'all gonna stop making us feel bad about doing good in life. That's the other thing.
What you mean?
Man. Like if one of us get on this podcast or I get on the Breakfast Club and I say anything that's going on in my life, and I'm not that type of person anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yo. But if I talk about it, I got another book coming out. Oh, the Breakfast Club is in 80 markets in 150 countries. 2017 was almost listened to. You need to be humble, yo. Why are you mad at me for telling this facts about my life?
I'm not gonna lie, I do feel uncomfortable sharing facts. I do, bro.
We gotta get over that. Andrew, I'm gonna tell you why we gotta get over that. Because it's our fucking life.
Yo, you want to know some real shit? Because
you know what it is? They tell you to be real, right? They're like, yo, be real. Keep it real. That's the reality of the situation.
No, I know, but like being real can make people feel uncomfortable. It is something I've dealt with.
Whose fault is that? That's your insecurities.
I know, bro, but it's one of those things where like I understand country clubs. Like country clubs just have a door to keep out all the people who go be humble. You know what I'm saying? That's all that door is for, dog. It's because yo, imagine
you are so right.
You want to talk about rich people problems. I'm not saying we rich, but like, now you got different money than I got, but like, I'm doing all right. But you want to complain about some shit, or you even want to say like, yo, this new tax bill gonna be all right. But you can't say that. Just everybody says. You can't say that shit. What y'all say?
Charles said,
let's keep it real. I've been researching this tax bill, dog. Let me tell you something, man.
I gotta find this shit, man. I want to play this shit.
All my broke friends got a problem with this tax bill. All I'm saying, bro, is I looked up there. They said the corporate tax rate is going from 35% to 21%. That's 14% savings on your corporate money. I got a corporation.
We're going to be doing that on Inside the NBA. This will be my second one this week. My second big gift. Okay. One more shout out. That Republican tax cut.
Hey.
It's going to trickle down. You know, I'm going to triple.
All right, cut that shit off.
No, it gets better. Hold on.
You were on a roll. Trickle my fat ass down to the jewelry store to get me a new Rolex. I'm not gonna pass it to nobody.
Watch this.
Republicans, I know I can always count on y'all to take that much rich people to 1%. Sorry, poor people. I'm hoping for y'all, but y'all ain't got no chance.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. Charles went too far. Nah, I would never go that shit was crazy.
Yeah, he kept it real though. Like
He kept it real, but sorry, poor people.
I know, but what he said was pretty easy. He was basically like, look, this bill is just for the rich, which is not. Everybody going to save money in this. And this is something I want to point out with this tax bill, because I've been reading up about it. Obviously, the liberals are going to say, the CNN is going to say how it's going to cost everybody money. It does. The bad things increases the deficit $1.5 trillion, right? That's bad. A couple other bad things that they have in it. I wrote some notes and I'll tell you. The good thing is everybody's going to save a few $1,000s. Everybody. I think only but the 2025 thing you're talking about, I'll get to that. So everybody's going to save a few $1,000s, right? Because they're cutting taxes. That's everybody. So it's not, just the rich are going to save. Everybody's going to save. Matter of fact, the rich are going to save percentage-wise less. Mm-hmm. So everybody's going to save a few $1,000s. And what I want you guys to do is keep the same energy you always keep. So, for example, if you were one of these people who is a tribal thinker, you don't look at issue per issue, you vote based on your tribe, which is the Democratic Party, Republican Party, whatever it is, and everything the Republicans do is bad because you're a Democrat. What I want you to do with that extra money that you have saved at the end of the year is I want you to give it away. I want you to give that money to a charity that you believe in.
You should anyway.
I want you to give that extra $2,000, $4,000 that you're getting. I want you to give it to the Democratic Party so they can lobby. So give it to some things but whatever you do, do not keep it and spend it on yourself, because that would be inconsistent.
Listen, Greg Popovich said the realest shit the other day. Greg Popovich said when it comes to giving to charity, he said, "Why do you do it?" He said, "Because I'm rich and we don't need all this shit."
Yeah.
And honestly,
I can't wait to be there.
Hey, man.
I still got a mortgage.
I will say that is the most fulfilling thing, second to being a father and husband, is the philanthropy.
Yeah.
Like being able to provide, or give to different charities, or just give to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that is the most fulfilling thing. That is a great motherfucking feeling. I know people like to say, that's another thing when it comes to energy. People like to say gratitude is your attitude, be thankful for what you are, and they always say, you got to give in order to receive. That shit is a great feeling, to just be able to give. Like, I'm happy that I got that kind of disposable income.
I can't wait. I'm upset that I got to tip my fucking building manager.
Hey, man. I'm going to tell you this.
How much you tip a building manager, Chris? Christmas tip.
I'm not tipping nobody no fucking...
You got a house.
I'm not tipping...
100?
I'm not tipping...
And then what about the other guys?
Staff,
you pay rent? You mean like the guy at the door? The doorman and shit.
Yeah, like I don't pay. I have a mortgage, but then there's someone who manages the building. What is it called?
The management company?
No. The what is it called? Super. Yeah, you got a super, and you got two other guys that work. You live in a home. Obviously, you don't have a super there.
I don't give a fuck. I pay rent. I'm not tipping the fucking super to do your job.
Yo.
What the fuck is that? Are you crazy?
Yo.
I'm not tipping the super to do his fucking job. The super?
Yo, son, you got to. It's more like you got to pay him to not fuck you over.
I got to pay you to correctly do your fucking job? I got to tip you to do your job.
I mean, you can say the same thing about a waiter.
No!
Why not?
Because waiters can go above and beyond. Like, waiters don't...
So, them going above and beyond is not complaining to the board that you're loud sometimes. Them going above and beyond is not complaining that you didn't get your garbage right. Them going above and beyond is not complaining. Fixing something on time.
That's your job.
Say what?
Fixing stuff is his job, bro.
Sometimes you go above and beyond.
Not a loud music shit. If you got some parties and shit and you fucking a bunch of girls and you don't want him to tell these different girls, this dude fucking a bunch of girls coming in and out of it. That's different.
Yeah.
But just to fucking fix some shit that you're supposed to fix? Come on, man. I watch Good Times. Bookman never got a fucking tip.
They got all I'm saying is you say 100 each. There's three of them. There's one super and there's two guys that do like maintenance in a building.
You know who's good at that kind of shit? Wax.
What do you mean?
Wax, listen, there's no place. Anywhere Wax has ever been, I promise you'll get grade A treatment. Because Wax won't get these motherfuckers weed, all right? Whatever drugs they need.
Really?
Okay.
That's a tip.
If he's bringing girls in and out, I'm not going to say what hotel in the city, but there's a hotel in the city right
Everybody
now.
got love for
never
Wax.
got to pay no goddamn money for no
Really?
rooms. What? Because this motherfucker is bringing girls in and out of there. He's putting girls onto the guys that work there. He's giving them weed. They love that motherfucker.
So the Dream Hotel on what 55th Street, the one over on 55th?
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D in the limousine. Oh, let's pay some fucking bills, man. We ain't did no fucking bills all day.
Did you send it over?
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right. You know Issa Rae from her hit HBO series Insecure. Now you can listen to 2 seasons of her acclaimed podcast, Fruit. a podcast about fairies. No, I'm just joking. On Stitcher Premium. No, obviously check her shit out. This gripping audio drama tells the story of X, an African-American pro football player on a journey of self-discovery with sexual exploration. Wait for it. Maybe it is about fairies. Written and directed by Issa Rae, the Sarah Award says Fruit raises the bar on what is possible in audio fiction. So essentially what this is it's an audio drama. Is that correct? So this is a scripted show that you listen to. It's not based on reality or anything like that, Chris. This is a completely fictional.
Yeah. In fact, I think she put it together before Insecure. So think of an audio version of Insecure. I mean, not the same plot line by any means,
you know,
but
similar themes,
same mind, same idea, all that sort of stuff.
Anyway, Stitcher Premium has a great holiday deal going on at the moment for a limited time only. Get 30% off Stitcher Premium when you use the promo code IDIOTS30. Remember, that's IDIOTS30. Okay, so treat yourself for the holidays and start listening to Fruit now. Just go to StitcherPremium.com/fruit and use promo code IDIOTS30 for 30% off. That's StitcherPremium.com/fruit. Make sure you do it. Can you call a gay guy a fruit? Is that offensive?
That's what I said when we first read these promos. I was like, I thought fruit was a gay slur.
So what is the deal?
I don't know anymore.
Black women, free speech. Black women can say whatever the fuck they want. Is there a word black women can't say? What's a word that if a black woman says it's offensive? I think they could say I think they could say maggot even.
I don't know, man, but I know black women had a great year in entertainment. Goddamn it!
Oh my god!
If you want to prosper in the entertainment field, be a woman of color. All right,
Hey.
Cardi B, Tiffany Haddish, Issa Rae. I'm gonna tell you who the sleeper is. Not really a sleeper though. Lena Waithe. I think Lena Waithe.
Who's that?
She stars on Master of None, and she wrote an episode of Master of None. She was like the first African American woman to win a Emmy.
Yeah.
An Emmy for comedy writing.
Thanksgiving episode.
Episode, and now she's got this. Oh my bro, she got this show on Showtime called The Chi.
Oh yeah.
Bro, that is the best pilot I've seen in a long.
Really?
Man, listen, that shit. Because she's from Chicago.
What's it about?
Chicago. Right? Need I say more?
Why is it that you can say shy but you can't say Chicago?
What, Chicago.
You say shy, but then you say Chicago.
Well, because it's two different things. First of all, this is the thing. Shy is CHI.
Yeah.
But it's pronounced shy, like I'm shy.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. It's already mispronounced.
Yeah.
So it's good for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a pre-mispronounced word. I'm cool with it.
So you can only pronounce like rap spelling.
I guess. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
But listen, if you got Showtime on demand, because the first episode doesn't start till January 7th, but they got the pilot episode out now, please go watch The Chi on Showtime.
Really?
Listen, man.
The Chi on Showtime.
Yes.
It's a show about Chicago.
Gotcha.
Listen, that makes sense.
Jason Mitchell,
Yeah.
who played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton,
Oh yeah, I like
is one
that
of the
kid.
most phenomenal actors I've seen in a long time.
Really?
Man, he's made me almost cry twice. And I've seen him make Wax cry. All right?
Whoa.
When we went to go see Straight Outta Compton, and he announced he had AIDS in that movie.
Wax started crying?
Bro, Wax eyes started watering up and Wax started tapping his Tim and he goes, yikes. He got loud as hell in the movie theater. And when he said yikes, it's like every dude and they had permission to go. It was just like a collective sigh. Like Jason was tugging at everybody's fucking heartstrings. He's got a scene in that first episode of The fucking Chi, bro. If your eyes don't water, you're not human, man. You're not human.
Really?
And I just watched him in Mudbound because y'all had me caught
What
up
is
on
Mudbound? Who is it? Van telling me to go watch Mudbound?
another Netflix movie because I watched
first of
Bright.
all, we're gonna watch Bright on for Westerbros and do a review for Westerbros and Star Wars. So make sure you see both of those movies. And in the new year, Bright is available on Netflix and Star Wars obviously seen in the theaters. But come the new year, we're gonna drop both of those episodes.
Bright is one of the most polarizing films I've witnessed in a long time because. And this is first of all, I hate when people act like critics aren't people. But for whatever reason, people don't think critics are people. So critics are orcs. All right. So the critics are saying it's terrible, but it seems like people
Love it.
like it.
Of course, the critics are gonna say it's terrible.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, we're going to get to that in a second. But do you really think a movie critic, a film critic, is going to be objective? My boy, what's his,
a good
Marco.
point.
Marco brought this up,
It's
and
a
I was
good
thinking
point.
the exact same thing. But Marco is one of the guys on Westerbros. But he's like, do you think they're going to be objective about a film that comes out on TV and then risks their job career, their occupation?
You think that would risk movie critics' occupation?
I mean, movie critics review movies. They don't review TV films. They review films that are in the theaters.
That's such an old school way of thinking.
I'm just saying, it's old school for them, but I don't know if, and maybe, to be honest, I would not be surprised if they had a little, if they had like the movie theater companies come down on them and say, hey, if I were you, I wouldn't review this movie right. I wouldn't review this movie. If you want to get invited to the premieres in the future and you want us to, more importantly that, if you want us to keep advertising on your shows, who advertises on a movie critic show? These movie theaters? Who buys up tons of ads?
Theaters.
No, studios.
Movie studios?
I don't think studios would have a problem.
Well, because the studios could also make stuff for Netflix, but the theaters is the Regal, all these
that I can see.
Odeon. I would not be surprised at all if they hit up these critics and say, you know what you're going to do to this movie? You're going to say it bombs, because if this does well, it's going to be a big problem for us.
You think those movie theaters have that kind of juice?
Yes. Absolutely. Big time juice. I mean, that's where people go see movies. Because here's the reality of the matter. You go watch Bright on Netflix right now. It's a Will Smith movie with Joel Edgerton, and it's a great world. And basically, it's a world where like all these fantasy creatures exist. Orcs. There's a centaur, but it's really just
fairies.
Orcs.
No, literally, no, for real. Real fairies.
There's a fairy. Yeah. But it's really end of watch or Training Day. It's a buddy cop kind of drama, but it takes place in Los Angeles. But it takes place in a world where like orcs and elves and humans all exist. But it looks just like LA. They talk just like LA. It's very interesting.
Confusing if you don't know what the fuck's going on.
But that being said, and we'll get to you watching it in a second. It's a really interesting movie, but it's right on Netflix. $90 million budget. You have a major star in Will Smith and a pretty big star in Joel Edgerton. And if Netflix is putting movies like this directly on Netflix, it's going to be hard to get me to go to the theater, dog.
I'm not mad
It's going to be hard to get me to go. This was convenient.
I'm going to tell you something off the air because I don't want to say it on air because it's a really great idea that this little kid has been harassing me about for 3 I don't want to say harassing. He's been very persistent about it for 3 years. I'm going to tell you about it off the air.
Okay,
but it's really an easy adjustment for movie studios and film companies. They just have to adjust with the times, baby. It's just like the game of radio. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're doing radio and you see the iHeartRadio app coming and you see people going online, you don't fight against that. You merge with it, baby. That's all. You take your car and you go right into that motherfucking lane. You just take the radio and start giving it to the online content. And people are just digesting content differently.
Yeah.
That's it. Like it's not rocket science with this shit.
But if you're a movie theater, what do you do? You're a movie theater company and you make your money from selling movie theater tickets. What do you do? Fold up?
Blockbuster, was it Blockbuster? Blockbuster had a chance to fucking get in business with Netflix, baby. Yeah. They fought against it.
So you're saying what they should do is, don't
say it. Shut the fuck up.
Why?
You could be sitting on $1 million idea, $1 billion idea, okay?
So don't say it?
Don't say it, because I think we on the same wavelength. Just everybody relax, goddammit. All right?
I'm going to write it down. Say something for a second so I can write it down.
Just remind me to tell you after the motherfucking show. Okay. But all I'm simply saying, I didn't personally enjoy it, Bright. I watched it, and at the end of it, I said that should have been a TV show.
It should have been a TV show.
Better backstory.
But here's the thing. TV shows are better than films because you have more time to flesh these things out, story center. So it's hard to compare in that regard. Like every film that we loved should have been a TV show. Rudy as a TV show?
Really?
Stretch it out. Name a film that would have been better if it was 8 episodes and you really got to get into the nuance of these characters.
Boom.
Just give me a film.
No. That's the key word you just said. It's all up. If you got multiple characters and you're trying to blend a whole bunch of different worlds, you can't do it in one film.
Well, here's the thing.
It don't work for Straight Outta Compton. It didn't work for It don't work for Bright. Like
in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree, is that they did an incredible job in a short amount of time of establishing this world and making you feel comfortable in this world and giving enough backstory where you understood what was happening, but not giving too much backstory where you're bored out of your mind.
They should have told me in the beginning, this is a galaxy far, far away.
Nah, it's LA, baby.
I know what I'm saying, but they should have said this is an alternate reality. Like, because I was reading when
you saw a guy kill a fairy with a broom, you didn't think it was an alternate reality?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
That's Calabasas. They're just killing fairies.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Because
when I turned it on, they showing you all this stuff about orcs, right? historically, what I know about orcs, they're from another planet. So I'm thinking,
historically speaking.
So from World of Warcraft to Lord of the Rings
crazy,
to whatever, I'm thinking aliens. So I'm like, okay, this is LA. Aliens must have invaded sometime. So aliens and humans decided to live together. Alien nation concept, whatever. But then in the first year, when all of a sudden it's like, where the fuck did a fairy come from?
Right.
He goes outside and he kills the motherfucking fairy. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I was reading a interview that David Ayers did. I guess he was the director or whatever.
Okay.
And the guy asked him, he said, did you purposely not explain the state of the world?
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, because I feel like the audience is smarter than we give them credit for, and we have to give people something to talk about. David, no. No, it's the reason when Star Wars comes on, it says in a galaxy far, far. That lets me know immediately I'm about to see some shit that I don't see on motherfucking planet Earth. That little graffiti shit you did in the beginning showing that wasn't, all you had to simply say was, in an alternate reality, where all of these different species live together, and 2,000 years ago, there was a war with the Dark Lord. I'm fine with that. Another great example, Boys in the Hood. Remember in the Boys in the Hood? If they don't give you those texts at the end, you're looking at that ending like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Doughboy gives a speech. Either they don't know, don't show, don't care about what's going on in the hood. He goes across the street. Trey is on the porch. He just goes in the house. You'd be like, oh, that's it? But when they give you that little context and they say, the next day Doughboy buried Ricky. 2 weeks later, he was murdered. Trey went off to college. He eventually marries Nia Long. Like give me those little bites, baby. I need that.
Closure.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
I think with Bright, I don't think you paid attention to the movie the first time you watched it.
You might be right.
Because
by the way, that might be the other problem with Netflix at the house, baby. Because when you go to the theaters, you paid money.
Let's go. Hey, phone on silent. Let's do it.
And you at the house, you fixing tea.
Tweeting.
You walking around. I wasn't tweeting, but I was just like.
All I'm saying is like when you watched the movie the first time and then we were talking about, you and Van were talking about it, I was explaining a lot of shit that happened in the movie that you had no fucking clue what happened.
Because, that was the other thing too. I can say it, fuck, it's on Netflix. It's not like you can go watch it. But at the end of the movie, remember I was like, I bet you Will Smith is a Bright. And you was like, duh. Clear, because he held the one.
Yeah, you were saying mad obvious shit. Like the most obvious. Like you were saying, this is what it was like. He was like, yo, I bet you Darth Vader's Luke's father, yo.
But listen.
We were like, yeah, no fucking shit. He said I'm your father.
But no, the interviewer who interviewed David Ayers asked him, he goes, did you leave it open-ended on purpose? Like Will Smith could be a Bright?
Yeah.
And David was like, yeah, it can go in any direction.
Because Will Smith being a Bright has nothing to do with it. Like they give that up very early in the movie. The movie
but he might not be a Bright.
Well, I think he is if you can hold the wand to think you're a Bright.
But that is the conversation that David was trying to start.
Great, let's have these conversations.
That is cool.
Yeah.
But all the other shit, set me up.
The movies, I think that you're just committed to your initial response because you got a lot of shit.
I got to watch it again.
What is it called? The something fallacy. It's like when like when you go hard on something, when you go all in on like a bad hand.
I didn't shit on it like that.
You shit on it initially.
I said
you shit on it initially because I had no clue what the reviews were. This is so funny about
me neither. I didn't
the expectation of my Instagram. So I come back. I'm jet lag as fuck from Israel, and I see this movie on. I'm like, Will Smith in a Netflix movie. Oh, I check this shit out. I love the movie. I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking amazing. And I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I couldn't tweet about it. But I want to spread some love for good content. I love content, so I put the picture up, and this shit got more comments and likes than Combat Jack's I'm dead picture, right? Like, so clearly there was a lot of people.
I wish we had that magic wand to bring Combat Jack back to life.
Facts, bro. Real talk, man.
Straight up.
Fuck. Anyway,
you ain't seen the movie yet, but
yeah, but you'll see. You'll see and understand. So what I'm saying is, and in the comments, a bunch of people were saying, "Oh, this is just you playing devil's advocate." And I'm like, wait, did people say this movie was bad?
I hate that.
I hate that because it dismisses my logic.
I hate that because art is subjective. If you like it, so the fuck what?
Exactly, yeah. No, but I don't like that devil's advocate shit because it dismisses like my reasoning and logic. You know what I mean? It's like calling someone crazy. Remember Dave Chappelle went to Africa and the motherfuckers called him crazy? Yeah. Right? It's their way of just not thinking. It's their way of dismissing the fact that he might have had a reason to go to Africa.
You know that's when people they determine whether or not they think you're real or not based off what they believe.
Of course.
So if they don't like something and you agree with them, and you say, oh, that shit is trash, whatever. Yo, that's why I fuck with you, you the realest. But as soon as you like something that they don't like, they're like, see, yo, you selling out, yo, you turning industry now. You're like, no, motherfucker, art is subjective.
Yeah.
If you like Bright, cool. I didn't like it. That don't mean either one of us wrong.
Sure.
That just mean we got different tastes. Somebody I was on your page and somebody left a comment. See, this is why you ain't no tastemaker. Suck my dick. That's what I want you to do. Hey, I want to make you.
That shit was gonna affect you, big.
Listen,
I knew that
I want
shit
to
was
make you
affect
taste
you.
my dick.
Son, that was a great comment, son. Because I'm rolling through the comments and I see that one, and my eyes lit up like, ooh, Charlotte gonna respond to
You
this one.
goddamn right.
Charlotte coming back.
First of all, what kind of nigga are you to talk about a tastemaker?
The N-word is first N-word of 2018, baby. This shit is fresh out the box.
Listen, because what kind of tastemaker? Who says that? Like,
why don't you taste this?
you're not
dick?
a tastemaker. I'm gonna make you taste this dick.
I knew that TikTok.
Dick segment.
I knew that shit was gonna bother you, son. That shit was like a dart. I read it and I felt that one in my.
It was that one word.
I know.
2 syllables.
I know.
You not a tastemaker.
Yeah,
What the
3
fuck you
syllables.
mean, nigga? What do you mean?
He tight. You know how many artists I spoke about? You know, Cardi B. I had her on the
I
podcast.
just don't like that word. What the
Radio.
fuck? First of all, tastemakers are usually some bougie, snobby,
That's not
elitist
true, bro.
motherfuckers,
That's
bro.
not true. That's not true. You are a tastemaker and you identify as one, and that's why it affected you. I identify as one as well. I think that I have good taste when it comes to content.
I think so too. You know what's so crazy?
Like even shit I don't like. Even with Everyday Struggle from the jump, right? From the jump, I gave it. I was like, yo, I'm thoroughly entertained by the show. I thought it was good
content. Yeah.
Okay, good content. I don't care for it, but I was like, I see why this is good content.
Yeah.
So I'm objective when it comes to content.
Listen,
Tastemaker.
Salute to my homegirl Tiff.
Charlamagne, not all of us can be tastemakers, bro. It's all good, man.
Hey, make you taste this dick. Listen, salute to Tiffany. Salute to my homegirl Tiffany Williams. She came to my house for
shout
Christmas
out to
dinner,
Tiff,
right?
man.
And Tiff was like, I said something like, "Yo, you need to watch The Chi." She was like, "Yeah, I saw your post about it." She said to me, "You know, you like everything nowadays. You be posting stuff," and I'm like,
Yeah, you do love everything, yo.
"What? What? So it's okay if I just anything I do? Y'all want me just to talk about what I don't like all the time?"
No, but you know, if you want to be a tastemaker like me, basically what you have to do is you have to have a little bit more refined taste, a little
Listen,
bit more specific
by the way,
palate when it comes to content.
I give out great content.
You do.
Like, I read some good stuff. Oh, on vacation. Yo, thank you, Chris, for giving me You God's book.
That's dope, right?
Bruh, let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
It's something, and this is what I hate about people. I posted the book and it's like, You God? Who want to read a book from You God?
Yeah.
They say that because in their mind, he was like one of the lower members of the Wu-Tang Clan. What the fuck that got to do with his book?
Yeah, he might have a great story.
That motherfucker shit is fire. He is giving it up.
Son, you read the Bible's all like the lower members of Jesus' crew.
For real?
You know what I mean? Like Paul and all them. Like Paul is the You God.
Paul was the 12th man off the bench?
Yeah, it's not.
Hold on, you mean
there
at the
was-
12th? Was he
there
at the
was
table? Was
I'm
Paul
saying
at the Last Supper?
there were cats at
Paul
that.
wasn't at the Last Supper?
Paul wasn't even at the supper.
Paul was Saul.
Say what?
Paul was Saul.
Paul Gasol.
Paul Gasol plays
the fuck Paul
basketball.
Gasol? What you
These
say,
Jews, you can't ask them about Christian shit.
What Paul Gasol
They
got to do with
listening
Jesus?
after the Old Testament.
What'd you say?
Paul was Saul. He was Saul first. He came way after Jesus, and then he had
Oh,
the epiphany on the road to Damascus.
I spent more time
wow.
with the Jews when I was in Jerusalem, man. All I'm trying to say is that there were some people that were on the bench at the Last Supper that they weren't getting in every single Wu-Tang song, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But they still got some bars in the Bible.
But You God
So
explains.
You God was probably one of those.
But
He
he-
might have had a hot story.
He explains why he wasn't on a lot of records.
Why? Because he was driving a cab.
No, that's Capadonna.
Oh.
You God was
His
a,
name had cab in it?
I don't want to give up the book. Capadonna.
He was
You God was
destined for that
You
life.
God was a hood dude.
Oh, he was doing work.
He was in and out of jail. He was wilding. Like he was wild. It's a great read. Those are the books that should become movies.
Played a very interesting portrait of Method Man too. I thought that's one thing. I
Ooh,
took
did he
away
go
from
at
it.
Meth?
New respect for Meth. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I've always loved Meth. I always loved
Why?
Meth.
Give me the drama. The
He's a
drop
real
on that.
dude.
Yeah.
He's a solid dude. Because they go way back.
Before the Wu-Tang
Way
Clan.
before. They used to work in the Statue of Liberty together, all kind of crazy shit.
What a
Like
funny-
No, for real, they used to sell dope together, working like
Yeah.
Meth is everything that I always thought Meth was, he is.
Really?
Real dude.
Can you give like an excerpt, like a quick little?
I mean, the one thing that stands out in my mind is a PCP story or an acid story. So I don't think that's a good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, but he's just a good dude. Now RZA, I don't want to give a book. I'm telling you, when the book comes out in
You
March,
can give an excerpt of it. It's not that.
he doesn't paint RZA in a good light at all.
Really?
No,
But it rang true.
I don't know
I mean,
if it's
does
true
anybody
or not.
like their boss?
Yeah.
How many people love their boss?
I didn't think it was a negative light. I just think
You know what I mean?
RZA made choices and everybody wasn't happy with it. But
Yeah. It all boils down to finances at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he wants a little bit more, and he wasn't getting it.
He don't know what was there. Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of pie in Riz's house, and he doesn't have a lot of pie in his. He's going to have some, things to talk about.
But
speaking of that, Chris, we'll be writing more books in the future, so we just want to make sure that you have good representation in our books. Make sure the pie is split up nice.
You know something I don't know? What's up?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
just fucking with it.
Oh, no. We're going into 2018, so let's just put it on the table. Rest in peace, Combat goddamn Jack,
Real
man.
talk, man.
I cannot get out of my head sitting down with Combat and Combat looking me in the eyes and saying, you know what I can get done in 5 years. I don't think Combat lived 5 weeks after telling me that.
It's crazy.
I matter of fact, I know he didn't live 5 weeks after telling me that.
It was a week or two, no?
No, because he went. It was. I went to see him like November 10th, I think.
Yeah, cancer is a motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
that's that's kind of the takeaway is that it moves fast, and I think this was. I mean, from the time he got diagnosed was October 15th. Mm-hmm. And he passed on December 20th.
Yeah.
So what's that? Just a shade over 2 months.
I wonder. I wonder would he have died if he? I wonder how much longer he would have lived if he never got diagnosed.
Just he didn't know that he had cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I wonder how much the mental aspect of it comes into play.
Nah, he was in tremendous pain when he got diagnosed.
Gotcha.
That might have been it. Like I think they prolonged his life actually.
And what I found interesting too, him and Ed Woods, God bless the dead, used to have a law firm together. And I Ed died the weekend before.
Yeah, it's
Combat.
crazy.
And I saw a Combat post about Ed, and I was thinking about what Chris said on the last podcast when Combat posted that, and I was like, well, damn, I wonder how much more time Combat got left. Like, that's what I was thinking when I saw him post rest in peace to Ed. And then a few days later, people are posting rest in peace to both of them. That shit was trippy, bro.
Did you get to tell him what you felt about him before he left?
Absolutely.
It felt good?
It did, you know what I'm saying? But that's why
you always talk about that. You talk about giving people the...
Yeah, you celebrate people while they're here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was even looking for old photos of me wearing the Combat Jack hat. And I did an interview with... who was that? What publication was that, Chris? Somebody called me about Combat.
XXL or Billboard?
I don't remember. The dude was in Hawaii. I don't remember. But I was just saying that, when you see me with other media personalities paraphernalia on, it's because that they have inspired me in some way, shape, or form. I'll rock a Angie Martinez hat. I'll rock a Combat Jack Show hat. I'll rock a Drink Champs t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'll rock some Jesus and Mero shit because they have inspired me in some way, shape, or form. And Combat, he was one of those people who always did. Like, he did. Like, I used to enjoy his show. It was a dull period for a moment where I felt like after Pete left, his show wasn't hitting. But it's been plenty of times this year I've hit him and been like, yo, that was a great interview, y'all. Y'all getting the swag back. So, I'm just the type of person I want to give the people flowers while they hit the smell. I mean, I want to say something too. I never acknowledge this person. I don't even know if I should. You think I should, Chris?
Who?
I don't like what the dude did.
Who?
Rosenberg.
What'd he do?
He sent some text trying to reel it back in.
He apologized?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
The morning that Combat Jack passed, first person hit me was Angela Yee. Early in the morning. She was like, yo, Reggie passed. Keeping it low. The family don't know.
Right.
All right, cool. I hit Chris. I said, damn, it's true? He was like, yeah. Chris said the same thing. Keeping it low. Family don't know. All right, bet. About 30 minutes later, I see Rosenberg tweeting out, rest in peace, Combat Jack. I know we had our issues, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, common sense would tell you, if you get on social media and you don't see anybody else talking about it, his actual family and friends, why would you say that? Like, I just felt like that was in such poor taste. And then I saw like him, I guess the New York Times reached out to him because he was the first person that said something about it.
Tweeted about it.
So, and now you making comments about it. Combat Jack ain't even like you. You told that man, Combat Jack, you would slap him in front of his son. That's what you said, Rosenberg. So I need you to keep that same energy when he's gone.
Recuse yourself.
That's it. Don't say nothing.
Hey, thanks for reaching out.
Yeah.
Me and Reggie had issues. I'm probably not the best person to talk to. Here's some other people you could reach out
And
to.
you were, and guess what, bro? When you tweeted that, I don't know, and you know what? I can't even be too mad at you because I don't even know if you know. But when you tweeted that, his daughter didn't even know he had passed yet. Did his mom know yet? His mom didn't even know. Think about that, bro. I just want people, and I'm only using this, and I never say this guy's name, but I'm only saying this because it's a lesson for later on, right? If you was to pass away, Andrew, God forbid, I wouldn't say nothing about it until it was out. Because I don't know who in your family knows. It's a reason family and friends weren't saying anything about it yet, Rosenberg.
So you think he said it for personal gain?
I know he said it, but you thirsty.
Yeah.
You want to be the first person to break a fucking story.
Oh, so you think he said it to break a story?
That's all it
So
was.
you think he was informed that he shouldn't say anything?
I don't know about
I don't
that.
know about that. I just don't. Why?
I
would
just
you do that?
know if he had reached out to the family to ask, is it okay to tweet about it, he would have gotten the same response I got, which was, not everybody knows yet.
Wouldn't you call somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think I saw a picture of it. I think you posted a picture of it, Alex, and I took Alex's picture and I reposted it. And I didn't reach out to you. I didn't reach out to you guys. Maybe I should have in retrospect and just made sure it was cool to post. But I think at that time,
By the time you posted, it was already
I'd
out.
seen several
Once
pictures. I think it
Rosenberg
was,
posted it, then
Yeah.
Hot 97 picked it up, and then it was
A
a story.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
so,
story.
So I'm just saying all that to
Yeah.
say I thought that shit was fucked up, and I thought it was in very poor taste. And you know, if Peter Rosenberg, if you did reach out and apologize, cool. But come on, bro, slow your fucking roll. Like that's just whack. To me, that was just whack
Yeah.
and lame and in very poor taste. And you know, you can speak out about me and say all kind of negative shit you want about me all the time. I don't think I've ever done no dumb shit like that. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he didn't even. Combat didn't even fuck with you. You told that, and I know you said y'all made peace a couple years ago. You think that man ever really made peace with you when you said you would slap him
Yeah.
in front of his fucking son?
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that. I wouldn't even think to jump out the window and say rest in peace. So no, I would just, like Chris said, recuse myself. But just to initially do it before you see anybody else do it, that's just some thirsty shit. You just trying to break a story, man. And you need to be ashamed of your fucking self.
Yeah.
All right? Go to your altar or whatever and pray and repent or whatever it is that you do. You know what I'm saying? And because you need to really, you know, pray for forgiveness on that one. Because that was some fucked up shit. His mom and his daughter didn't even know. And had to hear from you, a motherfucker that he don't even really fuck with. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. Now, hate to ruin your 2018, Peter Rosenberg, but that's what you got to bring into the new year. That energy, all right? Okay? You hold on to that one. Anything else we need to discuss?
Let's end on something positive. I want to go into 2018 on something good, something happy. Is
I'm
there-
leaving the country tomorrow, goddammit.
You are? You excited?
You motherfucking right. Now, I'm taking my annual vacation. You know, it's
But
like
you're not going to Anguilla.
not going to Anguilla. Anguilla got hit by the hurricane, but I heard they got power now. Salute to Anguilla. I'm actually going to Anguilla in January.
Okay.
But salute to all my people in Anguilla. I'll see y'all in January. I'm gonna try a new island this year.
Ooh, which one?
I'll say when I come back.
All right, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Got to keep it safe.
Yeah, say when I come back. But you know, it's a blessing.
Wax is on an island right now.
He's coming with me tomorrow too.
Oh, but he's leaving the island that he's at.
He's with somebody. The fact that Wax is out of the country right now is hilarious to me.
I thought he was with you.
He was not with me. And listen, I hit Wax the other day like, what's up? I was just talking to him. He was like, yeah, I'm in Mexico. I'm like, Mexico? What the fuck you doing in Mexico? Right? Okay. But I don't know who he with.
Can we FaceTime Wax or that does not work?
I don't know, bro. Wax he been barely texting me back, and when he do text me back, it's green.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I don't know what the fuck Wax got going
Let
on.
me see if we can get him up. Oh, hey,
No,
yo,
You in Mexico?
he's working out, of course. Hey, man, we're on. Hey, we're doing Brilliant Idiots right now, yo.
Who you out there with?
Who you out there with? Yeah. Who you out there with?
I'm in Mexico.
Yeah, but who are you out there with?
I don't know.
How's the weed?
Huh?
How's the weed?
I bring my own. I don't play around with nobody. I don't know nobody out here.
You smuggled your own marijuana into Mexico. You might be the first person to smuggle weed into Mexico.
Listen, they said that. They said, you know this is illegal here? I said, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Hey, yo, when you coming back? Because, you know, Donald Trump building the wall this afternoon. So you...
Nah, I'm about to fly out in a couple hours. My
Oh, okay.
8 hours away.
He's building the wall this afternoon, so you need to get back before they keep you there.
You see where I'm at? I'm in here getting it in the gym.
I do. I see it, man. All right, man. Be good.
But nah, that's that. We taking the annual vacation tomorrow. It's like 15 of us going.
Oh, it's getting big.
Last year it was like 8.
Who's so who is it? Who's the crew?
Van and his girl. Van's getting on a fucking plane, taking his anxiety medicine.
Van is like afraid of
Paige, of course.
Yeah.
Dolly. Like my mom, my nieces. It's a bunch of us. Listen, it's a beautiful thing to be able to do that, and nobody's gonna make me feel bad about it. Okay.
Do you feel bad about it?
I like spending on experiences. I'm not the jewelry type. I'm not the motherfucking big car type. I like experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I could go spend on a nice vacation and go experience some new shit and let my kids experience some new shit, that's where my money is gonna go.
That's beautiful.
Okay? And you're not gonna make me feel bad about it.
I'm
all
not
right?
gonna make you
So if
feel
I
bad.
post a
That's
goddamn
money.
picture, if I post me a goddamn picture living the motherfucking life smoking a cigar, don't you tell me be humble. Because I'm just living my life. Those are the facts of my life, goddammit. All right? You take the good, you take the bad. You take them all,
Take
and
it
there
all.
you have
There you have
the facts of life. All right? That's what the fuck it is.
Perfect.
Anything else?
I think we're good, man. Keep on listening to Flagrant 2. Listen to on
Yo.
iTunes. Make sure you check that out.
Andrew told me you ain't selling no ads for Flagrant 2, Chris.
Why you look surprised?
Wow.
Why you look surprised?
Chris ain't making, listen, the moral of the story going into 2018 is Chris ain't making no money, all right? So don't even try to shake him down because there's no goddamn money to be had, all right?
Don't worry, we're gonna make some things happen.
All right,
we're gonna make
we got
some
one ad this episode.
We're gonna make some things.
We just doing it for the love at this point.
Hey man, just know we fuck with the people. All right,
This is for the people.
we fuck with the people. We fuck with y'all. All right, we out here going broke.
Listen, man,
By we, I mean me.
2018, we just gonna keep the content coming. We got some very special stuff with Brilliant Idiots. I think we definitely need to launch what we've been working on for a while in January. Salute to our guy, Pat Shan.
We do, man.
Now we're going to do it. We're going to do
we
it.
do. Everybody's passing us by.
We're going to do it. No, they're not passing us
We
by.
started this shit and then we just watching everybody pass.
No, they're not passing us by. The podcast game, everybody, I think
A lot
everybody.
of podcasts that started after us are doing things we're not doing.
One.
Few.
Who else?
I mean, obviously the two dope queens got
That's what I
the
said. That's
special.
one. They got the
But
HBO joint.
I feel like there's other shows that have been turned into.
Who?
Nori.
Oh, Nori got his little TV show going.
Well, I mean, P on all that stuff. So that's the same. I can't. Salute to my guy Nori, okay? And by the way,
ain't making enough money. He's just turning down Brilliant Idiot deals. Like, I don't gotta eat. No, we're good. We're fine.
hey, salute to my guy Nori. The On the Run Eating Show is definitely coming in February.
There we go.
It's definitely coming.
To where?
I can't say yet, but
Different network though, or the same one? That
No. It's not Revolt. It's not Revolt.
No. Initially, you were saying that it was for.
Oh, that's another. That's a pot. Nori got 2 shows. Nori got the On the Run Eating Show. We got 8 episodes of that done.
Yeah.
That comes out in February. I'm EP on that, and then you have another show coming out on another network that he shot the pilot for, and I'm EP on that as well. Salute to my guy Nori. Listen, man, when it comes to this media shit, and that's why I keep telling y'all we doing black media. It's a reason when I saw Joe in the situation he was in with Complex, I reached out and said, yo, let's, go do X, Y, and Z. Like, why not look out for each other? No, I'm gonna tell you why Nori's a fucking real motherfucker. Nori hit me and Nori goes, yo, we standing by Joe, right? And I go, yeah. And he goes, all right. And he turned down some shit that they were trying to get him to do because it was kind of like,
Ooh,
yeah,
similar.
you know what I mean? It was something that it's something that Joe wasn't doing. So, but they was like, no, we standing by Joe. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm gonna look out for everybody in that space. If you're in that media space and you're creating content and you of the culture, I'm gonna always look out for you in some way, shape, or form.
Other guys in the game, and I can't say who, but I guess have stood by Joe. They turned down the opportunity because they reached out to a few other people.
Word.
Yeah,
That's dope.
it is cool.
Because what Joe's standing for, what Joe stood for in that situation with Complex is huge. Because there's no corporation that's bigger than the culture unless you give them that power.
Look, I don't know the numbers at Complex. I think that they were doing okay numbers. I mean, I don't know if they're not doing millions of views, right? Like per episode is getting?
I don't know.
But all I'm saying is like, in terms of the I mean, what is it? They're owned by the Hirsch.
Verizon.
They're owned by Verizon, right? So like these big companies have a business model, and it's very simple. It's not nothing personal, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, does this fit into the business model? If it does fit into the business model, they would have made him an offer that worked for him. If it didn't, they're not going to. It's just.
I think they believe in their ability to create another one, is what I think.
Well,
I want to comment on that. I want to comment on that.
I was shocked when they let Jesus and Miro walk.
Yes.
And then I was shocked when they let him walk. So I
Yes.
think they think it's them and not the talent.
There you go.
I think that they bring in revenue through other things besides these shows, and they view these shows as just brand awareness.
Right.
So they take a loss on these shows, but they
don't wanna
understand
take
it
too much of a
increases the
loss.
equity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, so they're not going to expose themselves too much to a loss, right? So let's say these shows, hypothetically speaking, make no money for the network, but they provide they make it look nice.
Loss leaders.
Exactly. That's what they're calling TV, a loss leader,
yeah.
right? Now, like, for example, Jesus and Mero very well might be a loss leader. I don't know what their views are. I don't know what kind of advertising revenue, but Vice doesn't make its money from Vice TV. Vice makes its money from brand and marketing deals that it does around the world, right?
Yeah, right.
A private company will hire Vice to make them look
Yeah.
cool, et cetera. That's where they make the money. So these other things they'll lose money on because it gives them status, whatever, right? So with a show like with this, what was so interesting to me is that this show has nothing to do with the producers, right? This is not a produced show. This is all talent, right?
Yeah.
It's literally like we leave Brilliant Idiots, and then Chris tries to get two other people to be Brilliant
It's not
Idiots.
gonna work.
There is no
Same thing with the
brand.
Breakfast Club.
that's
It's
brilliant.
not
Same
gonna
thing with
work.
Breakfast Club. There's no brand that's Brilliant Idiots. There's brands as Charlamagne and Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
And we have a conversation. There's a brand that's Ack and Joe Budden, and they have a thing.
And if you think that you can fool the people by doing that, you're out your motherfucking mind.
Exactly.
So
they're
there's
absolutely wrong.
There's no way Complex should have let Joe.
So they
walk.
had no leverage in the situation. What they should have told Joe was what the reality is, which is, hey, we lose money on the show. This is not a profitable endeavor for us. We can only lose so much. We like it because it gives us cool and gives us cachet, but we can only lose so much. This is how much we are allowed to lose because this is what Verizon says. Are you willing to do it for this amount of loss?
But
if they were making money, please believe they would have cut them the check
But the problem is this: they had monies coming in. Joe knew about,
for advertising.
and they weren't paying them.
But
Like for example,
If they're not in the
Brand placement.
But they have brand placement, but you have to understand, if they're not in the black, right? The black is a term which means the profitable. If they're not profitable, it doesn't matter if they have monies in or not, and they're not paying
Yeah,
because
but
they're trying to get to profitability.
But if
Am I
Spotify,
wrong?
if Spotify,
I mean, you don't know. I mean, look, I feel the
It is true,
impact,
I don't know. I
the
don't know if
cultural
they're
impact of that show was
Massive.
probably larger than the actual numbers, right? Like,
Absolutely.
it
Undeniable.
probably
No, that's a fact.
It probably didn't bring in the same amount of money as the buzz it created. But the flip side is, what's the production cost in a show like that? It was a little BS set. It's really, you're paying talent.
listen, if you listen to the last Joe Budden podcast, they wanted them to do a Friday show.
Right.
Spotify gave them $500,000 to do a Friday show.
per episode, or
I don't know. This is
Right.
$500,000, whatever. But then they came to Joe and Ack with a number like, "We'll give you this much more." Like, if I know what you made,
yeah,
you can't give me that.
Yeah.
Like, I want more.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing that, then something's wrong. Listen,
that's why total disclosure is actually good. I understand how networks, they don't want to do total disclosure because once you start making money, you don't want to let people know.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like when what is that show? Not How I Met Your Mother, but the Dork Show, Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Bang
Big Bang Theory, right? Like they don't want to tell the actors, "Hey, this is $1 billion franchise."
Oh, they're getting paid though.
I mean, every actor there is getting $1 million
man,
an episode.
they're
All the
out of
majors,
control.
they
They're
are,
getting
but which is great, and they deserve it because the show is worth $1 billion. $1 billion.
I mean, that's the other thing too. When you're talent, you have to know that you're talent. You're not an executive producer.
If you-
you're not the creator
There
of the
we
show.
go. If you brought the show there,
Yeah.
that's a different hustle.
But he did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, that was his idea.
I didn't know that was his idea. I
Initially,
thought
it was supposed to
talent.
be Joe and Tax.
Interesting.
That was the original concept that Joe had. Salute to my guy Tax, man. That was another tragic situation this
Yeah.
year, man. I guess because I've been off since the 15th, so I've been on vacation and I've just been like sitting around thinking about things, and it's just like I saw a picture that somebody posted from Tax Stone's Instagram with Tax in combat, and I'm like, it's like we lost Tax in combat in the same motherfucking
Yeah,
year. And,
big hit.
And Tax was in that media space in a heavy way. Like Tax, y'all have no idea what Tax trajectory was about to be like. You know what I'm saying? If you think the podcast and Uncommon Sense and all that shit was setting Tax up, Tax was about to start doing his TV show literally that week he got locked up. He was supposed to shoot the pilot for his TV show. Like literally that week. Yeah. So it's just like, yo, that shit, and you know, it's weird. Like I was having a conversation with somebody and I was like, they asked me like, what Tax? I was like, I think Tax been in the hole for the past month. And then it's just like, it hit me like,
yeah.
The fuck you mean Tax? Did I just say Tax was in the hole? Because he still calls me. Like we talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? But and it's not. You don't even realize like he's calling you from jail. You realize it, but it's not a thing. Then you realize like this motherfucker is in jail.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And for what? Some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I still don't know all the details of the situation. I just know whatever it was,
avoidable,
could have been prevented.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm looking at that shit and I'm like, what the fuck? So it bothers me when I see everybody in this this black media space and either they're arguing about petty shit or, you know, if you want to move your own way, cool. Like, you know, Act want to do his own thing. You say he want to be his own man, great. He don't want to be involved with no industry motherfuckers, even though he's on his Twitch with Lil Yachty all the time and he works for Complex.
Well, it's an interesting thing. I was thinking that with Act, you know, it's there's two ways to go after this situation. You know, there's one way is to say, I'm not going to do any more. This is fucked up. And I'm going to go do my own thing. And the other way is to take the Kobe route. You know, Shaq got traded.
And Russell Westbrook, yeah.
And Kobe was like,
shoot 40 times a game.
I'm going to shoot 40 times a game. I'm going to see if I can carry it. And right. I think somebody who truly believes that they've got something will want to, and believes they can do it on their own, will want to at least take that challenge.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Act does take that challenge or bring another guy in, but this time you carry the show, et cetera.
Hey, do your thing. And listen, I wish him the best. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want all these spaces to exist. I would rather Everyday Struggle exist with Act and Joe. And I know people are saying like, well, you told Act that Joe was unstable. Yes, he is. But like I said, when you know the dynamics of the situation, now I can see why he was totally unstable at Complex, because he wasn't happy at Complex.
Well, I mean, I think there's instability in Joe's
of course,
life.
We know that.
Yeah. I don't think it's a Complex thing. I think it's a Joe thing.
But Complex had a lot to do with it.
I wish they just kept it 100 with them. Like, if you're an honest, and I know it's weird, but if you're an honest corporation and you just say some shit like, look, here are the numbers. This is what we make. This is our profit margins. This is how much we're losing. But let's say that.
But they did tell him that though.
They said, "Yo, we lose this amount of money."
They told him that they couldn't advertise the show. They was like they couldn't get no advertisements for the show. They did tell him
why?
That.
Because the content was too racy.
That's what I think it is. Because listen, Donkey of the Day is the highest rated segment on the Breakfast Club.
Get an
and has been for the past 7 years.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody gonna advertise it because they don't know what the fuck's gonna come out of my mouth.
Yeah, it makes sense. You want to be attached to it.
Word up. They don't want it. So I don't know if that's the same case with that. But that's the only thing I can think of.
I can see it.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can think of. Advertisers are saying we can't,
because they're going after bigger brands too.
Yeah.
On Complex.
That's right. They're not going after.
Remember, podcasting is direct response.
Promo code. Boom.
Yeah.
We don't care what you say if as long as you type in idiots. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Facts.
Yeah. So,
Complex.
They got to worry about
they
a
want
brand.
Gatorade.
Well, that's why they started doing things like putting clothes on them, putting sneakers on them.
They figure they make it up that way.
Exactly.
But they were making money from that too. That's the other thing Joe said he had a problem
That's
with.
what I'm saying. Is like they're going to put a sneaker on them because they can't
That's fucked
do
up.
No, it's not fucked up. You need to sell an ad in a certain way. If you can't sell a direct ad, meaning, hey, go buy Nike, what you can do is dress a dude in Nike and then they don't got to say anything.
But they got paid for that though.
Of course, but
Joe them didn't.
But why should they?
No, they put the Nike. If you're making me wear it, you're gonna pay me.
Because that's a personal endorsement.
Yes. If you're putting it on my foot, it's one thing if you just
that's a good point.
Got to sit on the table. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a good point.
What?
No, that is different.
Because you can put a number on listens or views, but whatever. What you can't put a number on is what's the impact of a star like Joe Budden wearing a particular sneaker. Right?
Question.
How do you monitor? How do you put a number on that?
What do you do for the radio when you have to give a personal endorsement for one of the ads that you read?
I don't give personal endorsements for shit I don't use.
On the radio, they don't say, hey, we need you to say drink Pepsi.
They ask me if I want to do it, and I'd be like, I don't drink Pepsi.
Interesting.
Because I really don't drink soda. I'm not going to front for people. I'm not anything you've ever heard me endorse.
You're not contractually obligated to endorse certain things?
No.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
And in terrestrial radio, when personalities do endorsed ads, there's usually They don't get all of it, but
They get a piece.
Usually they work out a deal where they get a piece
So
of my
then Complex
experience.
was trying to, they were trying to do some fuck shit.
And that's why Joe left.
Yeah,
and I hope Joe goes over to Revolt and gets that motherfucking bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope he takes Rory and Mal with him, and I hope he gets that bag. And I hope Academics continues to do what he does. You know what I'm saying? Listen, fuck you, chat niggas. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing but love for Academics, and I wish him the best, and have always wished him the best, and don't want to see him do nothing but succeed. But, since he's not answering my texts, 2 things I want to say to him. Number 1, stop saying you're not an industry person because you work at Complex, and you're on Twitch.
What's wrong with being an industry person?
Nothing. And you're
so insecure about these random terms.
and you're on Twitch with Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
So you can't say you're not an industry person when you're on Twitch with rappers and you work at Complex. That's number 1. And number 2, I saw you tweet out. Somebody said to you, probably one of them dumbass chat niggas who never did no business. They said to you, the only person you should be listening to right now is your lawyer. And you said facts. When it comes to career decisions about your own personal career, you don't listen to your lawyer about shit like that. Lawyer does contracts. Lawyer does negotiations. Lawyer makes sure that the decisions you make about your career
Protected.
Yeah. You don't make career decisions with a lawyer. Okay, you talk to your agent about that, or you talk to your manager, or you talk to other talent who has been in those situations. You don't talk to your lawyer about career decisions. So that's all I'm saying. Protect yourself, young man. That's all I'm simply here to say. But going into 2018, everybody gonna keep growing. Everybody gonna keep evolving. Everybody gonna keep being in these spaces, and we're gonna help each other because unity and group operation is what we all need to continue to get to the next motherfucking level. Like I don't have issues with anybody else in this media space. Like I don't think you can progress like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you grow when you click up. Look at Flagrant 2. Look, Kaz is a great personality. I used to use Kaz on Uncommon Sense.
Amazing.
Kaz has done another podcast. You and Kaz got together. Y'all got a common bond in sports. Boom.
Akash
Go grab
too.
Akash, who's a motherfucking comedian. You could hate on him and say, I don't want to fuck with no other comedians. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's my man. I'm going to bring him in. Boom. That's what happens when motherfuckers click up.
Yeah.
Me and Nori got 3 shows. 3. Cooking. When Tax was home, Tax was cooking. Like, when you click up, when you come together, and it's unity and group operation, it lifts everybody the fuck up. Everybody. So, I mean, hey, if you want to be out here on your own, cool. You know what I'm saying? If anybody out there who needs any type of assistance, y'all already know Charlamagne is always here to help you. That's one thing that'll never change about me in 2018, regardless of if a motherfucker shits on me or not. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna always provide that assistance and energy for people who are trying to do it.
It could work at Revolt, man.
It will work at Revolt. You know why it'll work at Revolt?
What?
For the same reason our this year was Dope Trash worked. It's not about Revolt. YouTube, baby.
Yeah.
You stupid motherfuckers on the captions. I was posting, yo, this year was Dope Trash is out right now on Breakfast Club YouTube page and Revolt YouTube page. Motherfuckers is literally in my caption saying, yo, man, I don't got Revolt. I'm like, you stupid motherfuckers.
That's why I told you. That's why I told you earlier today. You know, when we're discussing the Adidas and Mero versus the Academics thing, it's like there's access on YouTube directly. That's the people right there. Not everybody got cable, yo. And even if you do have cable, not everybody has a specific package. But a cat that's in Uganda can watch Dope or Trash on YouTube.
Do you know when I watch Adidas and Mero?
When?
Majority of the time?
On YouTube.
Yes.
Yes. So you gotta flex that YouTube hustle as well. There's something
It goes
real
back
there.
to what I said about radio. The Breakfast Club, our YouTube numbers are so astronomical because all we do is take radio and put it
on
online.
YouTube. Give it to the people in a way they could digest it.
And that's what we've been doing for 7 years. We're just giving people radio in a digestible way. It's people who come on the Breakfast Club. Chelsea Handler came on the Breakfast Club and goes, I thought this was a podcast. Because in her mind, she's used to digesting podcasts online.
Exactly.
But like, no, this is a radio show that's been doing this for the past 7 years. This is what we do. So just take your content and put it online. I didn't give a fuck whether Revolt aired it or not. All I needed was their cameras and their production crew.
That's the thing. It's like people are trying to sell CDs still. It's like nobody got CD players.
Y'all don't get it?
It's like it's very simple. I don't understand. There's this great, even like, I feel like there's so many people that are actually trying to get into the TV space because they feel like there's some sort of equity in TV or like it qualifies you in some certain way. If you're on an internet-based site that has the influence and gets the views, you actually have more leverage than TV.
I mean, I don't know. I'm be honest with you.
I'm be honest with you.
Ain't nobody on the internet Colbert.
Netflix,
Ain't nobody on the internet. Fallon.
Netflix is on the internet. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, but
Fallon and
certain
Fallon
things
and
have to be
Colbert-
on TV.
Fallon and Colbert do numbers that are far less than you would assume.
What do you mean?
They don't do the numbers that late night shows used to do.
But here's the thing.
They don't-
Colbert is super viral.
Clips are.
Yeah,
Clips
Colbert's super viral.
Clips are, but
and
that's a
Colbert's
clip.
making like $20 million a year.
Yo, but that money is only going to be here for a little longer, yo.
Hey, all I need is $20 million for 5 years. I'm good.
No. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, and I'm not saying I wouldn't take away the certain situation. But what I'm saying is, given the opportunity to be on a platform, we're all consuming content on our phones. We're all consuming content on the internet and other certain ways, our iPods, etc. And
I hear what you're saying, but certain situations are better for TV.
give me an example.
If you can get on one of them, if you can get in those network spaces with a network sitcom or a network late night show,
Yeah.
all day, every day. But I'm
I
sure
would never say don't do it.
Yeah,
I'd never
I'm
say
sure
that.
it's internet platforms that are bigger than cable TV shows.
Like, for example, if I had a late night show, part of me would like to be the first one to break that on the internet. Like, we've had other shows pop up on the internet. You have Breakfast Club, obviously. You've had, Everyday Struggle, these types of things. But like a late night,
But
internet
every show is.
Yeah, but I would like to be the one to break that platform and put it on the internet.
I mean, Netflix has got to
exclusively.
be planning to do that.
They tried
They tried
to
it
do
with Chelsea. It didn't work. Like
Didn't work.
you're not going to Netflix for talk shows.
It's a great point.
You're not doing that.
But it's up to them to make you do it, right? Just like you're not going to Revolt for anything, but all it takes is one show to legitimize a network. AMC was American Movie Classics. We would watch that, the You Shoot Your Eye Out Christmas Story TV. All of a sudden, they put Mad Men on there. They put Walking Dead on there. Now they have the most watched show in
It becomes a
cable.
destination.
It's a destination. So even True TV, nobody really watched True TV for anything. And then they put Impractical Jokers on there, and that funds the whole network. It takes one show.
Salute to Cypher. Cypher's got a show coming out on True
Cypher
TV.
got a show on True TV. Man, shout out to Cypher, man.
Salute to True TV.
Real talk. True TV's making, they're committed.
True fucks with the kid.
Yo.
Right?
No, for real. I'm sure you got some stuff going on with them too.
Nah, I
But
fuck with you. Salute to Esther. And that's my people's over
that's
there.
right. Esther's over there. So all I'm saying is, like, it takes one show to fund a whole channel.
Yeah.
And Everyday Struggle, or whatever it is called on Revolt, could legitimize the whole one show. Most networks have one
And by the
show.
way, even if you don't have Revolt on TV, it's about branding. So as long as you're watching that shit on YouTube, I don't like a
and
million.
you see that Revolt brand,
That's it.
you might go to Revolt and be like, what's on Revolt?
That's it. A million people. And like I remember yesterday when we put the shit out on Revolt, it put it up on Revolt, and you're supposed to have like 3 days exclusivity with Revolt. I forgot to tell. I
You
literally
just put that shit right up on
I did
YouTube.
forget to tell the breakfast. I'm not gonna lie. It was up on YouTube, and so my man hit me, and Joel was like, "Yo, I thought you were supposed to get 3 day exclusivity." I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot." But I was like, "But you know how primitive that is? That's stupid."
Yeah.
Like, let it all go. Get all the promo for the brand of Revolt. Like,
Right.
why? Like, and also, what sense does it make if Revolt got it up and it's on YouTube and everybody else sharing it, but I'm telling my people at Breakfast Club, no,
yeah.
hold off for a few days. What the fuck you mean? That's not.
You understand what they're trying to do. They're just trying to leverage some listens.
I get it, but it's
some
stupid.
Followers. It ain't the smartest thing,
It
but
ain't
whatever.
the smartest thing. Let it
Because
fly, baby.
realistically, you're not going to make, what are you going to make on your 300,000 views? A fucking $1,000? So you want to make 2,000?
I read it was 2,000. How much? I read I saw these numbers yesterday. It's like every 2,000 views, it's $1, or every.
It's bad. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know.
It ain't what these motherfuckers is saying, bro.
Every time I buy video equipment, I'm like, is this worth it?
Oh, shit. I got to send you this article. This girl said she spends more money on equipment and editing than she does making money off fucking YouTube.
Why do you think we do the edits live? Every time we go to the Breakfast Club, we go to the studios at Ahart to film, poor Alex has to upload every camera to the internet. It's like a day of editing. So right now, when we come here, he edits the show live, so we cut out literally 24 hours of uploading and editing. That's the whole reason why I want to come here.
Man, y'all motherfuckers on YouTube better get on this TV. All right? All right? I'm just trying to tell y'all where the money at. I understand that y'all
It's where the money has been historically, but the money is shifting. And as they find
turn
ways
those
to
people into
monetize-
dollars, man.
And look, listen, the guys who are making all the money in entertainment right now, like actors, yeah, fucking Iron Man is making money and what is it, Thor is making money. But like the mid-level actors aren't making close to as much as these King Batch and all these like Instagram and like Vine stars.
King Batch gone. King Batch doing movies and shit now.
Still out here
King Batch got 2 movies on Netflix right now.
He's still out there doing Instagram. He's still out there.
That's a
doing
great person
Instagram.
to talk to. I would love to talk to King Batch and see what was more financially lucrative for him. Because King Batch cooking. King Batch been on the Mindy Project. Like King Batch been on TV. Like he's literally got 2 shows on 2 movies on Netflix right now.
All those guys are making crazy money through brand deals on Instagram. They were making crazy even before they were doing it. And I know because I go out and I've gotten movie offers for like smaller films and stuff like that. People think it's good just because you're in a movie you're making money. Movies don't be paying shit. Movies literally do not be paying shit unless you're a fucking superstar.
Yeah, unless you're a star. Yeah.
I gotta cancel comedy shows on the road and lose money to do films.
But it's branding though.
It's branding. It's
a loss
leader. Of course, it's giving you an opportunity with doing it, and I'll always invest in myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like you gotta take these chances.
Listen, man, I hope y'all learned something from today's podcast, man. All right. As always, if you think we're smart, you think we're